Vitality, a comfort for Vitality. Will today be any different?
Everything against NAVI here. 19-1 this year so far, Vitality on this very map. Apex loves to open. The next box spoken a short molly into lower tunnels is wonderful. Alexi support from Cat with a nade, and up short they trundle.
He considered actually a run boost there. Rops was on top of Flames' head. Now Alexi be forced away.
He's going to be overrun. It's just Alexi.
It's just Alexi, and they're accelerating. Apex is going to catch Wonderful here on the jump up, composed for the tap. Wonderful's lost his head, and they've lost the bomb site. This is really uncomfortable now.
So much info there.
He's got run down quickly, though. Important from Makaze. Opens up an avenue towards the long side. It's going to be very short-centric.
Yeah, it's blocked now. How are you going to come through this? You need this Alexi flash.
And Robs can mantle up. He's actually going to be playing on the new box.
They're going to have to come through this.
Flash and go. IEM Makaze, what can you hit? Bit, gonna be that late piece. Tracked by Robs, can't hit it. USB connects. It's Mezzi on the side with a lot to deal with. Does well. Finds the head of Alexi. A quick tap to Makaze. Oh, Mezzi.
Great start there. Standard stuff for Vitality and how they approach these Dust2 T-side pistols. You take a look, the prep would have been done. NAVI would have been expecting something similar, but you never know where they're going to go off the back of those opening util. Apex finds this opener. And throughout this event, they've been very tough as far as the pistol rounds are concerned. In the bottom 3 teams of Atlanta, and their second round conversions are pretty rubbish as well. This team, they're not hurt, they're not wounded, they're just in second gear. So this is an important one, and one where NAVI know they've been vulnerable. Can they cause another foot fault for Vitality on these second rounds, especially on the T sides? They've had a really rough go of things.
Especially considering that it's that Wonderful scout. If he can start as he means to go on, hit a couple of those body shots, soften them up for the 5-7s and Deagles to close down.
Makaze B, Emma, the A-rotating rifler, is going to join on that side of the map with Bit, so they're 3 strong. Alexi burrows down and long, and then Wonderful with that scout you mentioned. So they're doing what would be a gun round setup, but now with just less, and starting to waltz into a mid to B. The stack is in the right place.
Yeah, they'll block tons, enables Makaze to join Bit, focusing on this B ramp side. Makaze takes a little bit of friction, distracts enough. Nice headshot from Bit. There's Makaze. It's us locked down again. Second round conversions, and another one slips through Vitality's fingers.
Hey, they have been absolutely rubbish at these throughout the event. 40% second round conversions. That number is just going to tank even further. The stack perfect as Blade. He's going to be happy with that one. Have to force my back with only the 1400, and this looks way too easy. These are the type of rounds that Vitality are known for winning. NAVI sneak one away early. Forces in, very Deagle-centric. 3 of those light on the util. Apex with the Scout, Flames with the Tech 9. This one's going to be tough. Look at the buy on the other side.
Good to see some conviction in Ime's gameplay. This is a forward position. They're planning to disrupt the default. Forward position. Alexi B draws attention, finds 2, and then sets up Ime for the swing. A trade attempt from Flames. Round's already over. Couple bullets, running him down. Robs doesn't get a chance to even reload his Desert Eagle. Double kill from Alexi and Ime on the short side.
Oh, wonderful. Now you're going to see them down to an eco. Should be a 3-1 start for NAVI. Don't expect them to slip up against this, and it means they're going to be able to build even more cash going forward. The run so far for the world number 2, a win over Passion, win over Gamer Legion. That one was tough. And then a loss to Legacy to give us this bracket. It's an absolute mess. That conversation about this team being beatable. If you're able to take them down here, even if they're not playing their best CS, that confidence going into the major right around the corner might be all NAVI needs.
Oh, give it more! Just feeding Wonderful. Oh, a collateral as well through the doors. That is a very dominant eco bash.
Think about how quick these last 3 rounds have been. And in those 3 rounds, the casualties, just one that NAVI have taken. So do you want to call back into things, Apex, for something fast to continue with this tone, or do you want to slow it down? It's like fast long heading into this. Alexi.
He's there with the MP9. He's able to actually stop them upon entrance. A combination of MP9 bullets and the Molotov flames. Now the double nade. Robs catches that one on his chin, and Alexi ain't done. Swaps out to the sidearm, starts spamming smokes, and their ghost's gone. This gun round's over already. How many casualties? Is that still only one in 4 rounds?
Yeah, 4 rounds, 1 kill for Vitality, and this has all happened in the blink of an eye. Can get away from you quick, you're down to another partial. NAVI, the confidence to be building now. This is just rapid heads up CS. Sure, the buying pattern, not great, but we'll see this partial. It might be an Xtaz timeout going into the following. Remember, Anubis up next. We've seen the footfalls for Vitality on that in this tournament against BetBoom.
Four AK-47s for NAVI. See if they can hold on to how many of them.
Yeah, there's no wonderful AWP in the mix just yet. So once that comes out to play, and this has been rapid. We've been talking about all these streaks in pursuit of their 22nd consecutive top 4. Last time they didn't make one was at Bounty in Season 1 of 2025.
Another chunky nade damage for Apex to stomach. It wasn't the whole squad, though. Locked on for now.
It's not only those streaks. You take a look, they've only lost to 2 teams all year. One of them was BetBoom. Another 2 occasions it was out of Falcons. Their stats in 2026, they are 70-12 in maps, so 70 wins, 12 losses. As far as series are concerned, it's 31 series wins to 3 series losses. That's it. All right, we'll set up for an A attack.
Well-timed incendiary. Flames is going to go regardless. Ahead of the util. Spam from Wonderful will remove Apex from the pack, and the pathing from Flames. He's looking the wrong way, just staring at Goose. And a goose egg for Ops. Change now. Cracks the skull of Alexi. That's all he's going to get, though. A consolation prize, a little bit of bloodshed. Because this round's going NAVI's way once more. Wonderful, putting that AK to good use. Nice shots, finds another. Bits locked the door behind him. Best case, he gets out with Bits' rifle.
Worst case, he goes down after time. He needs to die, and Bits running away from him here, turning the screws of the finances just go away. Robs isn't going to get the loss bonus.
He's only got 1,900, that's it.
All right, you want to play those silly games? NAVI are happy to oblige. You get a couple of frags short.
Rough.
No loss bonus going into this next one. You'll be able to get a Galil, but the U2 is not there. Xtaz takes the timeout. And an enemy territory right now.
First time that you were right, Xtaz understands this is an emergency meeting.
Yeah, gotta get going and quick. Just so few frags in what has been a landslide of 5 straight. Bomb hasn't gone down in any of those. No opening kills. Nothing to note. NAVI are in the flow state at the moment. How long can this last? The conversation being once it gets to the playoffs, Vitality start to play some of their better Counter-Strike. Rob saying they're not here to waste time. Showing a bit of weakness before the major would be sign of blood in the water for all the other teams with Cologne just around the corner. So timeout done. Remember, Robs' finance is low. He's just going to lurk the upper tunnels as everybody else congregating outside long. Do they want to try and pop again? Mezzi's here, Flamesy 2, Zywood joining, and Apex has the flashes at the ready.
He tried this once, and Alexi B completely shut it down.
Start on a bit of a different tempo, making sure there's no top mid aggression. They're not pathing into lower. They're not pushing up towards Palm Tree, and that wonderful AWP is equipped. Now, Imma is the man I want you to keep your eyes on. He's the joker in this situation. This is your A rotating rifler. Alexi will take contact first, and Imma might go overlooked.
Powerful off angle from Alexi B. You don't see this one all too often. He's going to eat the flashbangs.
In flash.
Yeah, awkward for both of them. Alexi gets nothing. However, Imma got set up to succeed. Just body shots from Mezzi, so sketchy from the individuals of NAVI. That's given Vitality a hefty advantage.
If they can't claw this back, I know it's a 3v5, but the mental is going to take a bit of a hit. The call was right. The setup was perfect. The execution was poor. 45, A split. That's wonderful. Makazi and Bit, well, 2 of them, the B holders, wonderful. appearing to evacuate. This might just be a round handed over. We need to hold on to this financial advantage they have for a while. As Makazi spams away, it's slow and steady out of Vitality, but by the looks of things, this one is secure. Is Rops going to look for a hunt? Because they need to get their cash flowing as well on this T side. Finally something to get excited about for Vitality since that pistol round, which felt like it came way too easy.
It was a good call. Alexi B had the backup, but fumbled in the execution.
Five to 2. Guns retained, still plenty of cash to buy behind this, don't you worry about that. Yeah, the flash where he can see Sloppy, the second one, completely blinds up. I think that's Mezzi on the way out, but Lucky Flames is here, who, for his standards, as far as 2026 is concerned, has not been having the same level of tournament. But an opportunity to turn that around in the playoffs. It's Bet Boom up next for either of these two. And for Vitality, I'm sure that they would love a little bit of revenge from the group stage. NAVI take a timeout off the back of Extaz's. So adjustments on adjustments, and one of them, you can see it here, double AWPs. Mezzi has a good long spawn. Zywoo doesn't have his AWP. So that advantage lies on one side of the server. Wonderful. Highest rated player for NAVI throughout Atlanta so far. It's good that he's in fine form. They just double smoke long corner. They have some miscoms for Vitality early.
Can peek behind that incendiary, missed throw, gave him an angle. This nade looks like it's got Apex's name all over it. Light smattering of chip damage, unconfirmed.
Interesting that they have started a bit with the AWP over towards A as opposed to Wonderful. He's just posted up on B in case of a pump. He's playing ahead of any util, but will lose vision because of this lurk smoke now deployed by Rops. And look at the reroute. Radar shows you that they were leering towards long, applying a lot of pressure. Maybe that double smoke was intentional. Did land in different positions, and the B pump being lined up now. Really going to come down to how good the flashes are.
Well, how good Makaze and Wonderful are.
Well, look at the util between the two of them. It's just a HE. That smoke's deployed now. They're not going to have anything to stall them. Flashes all lined up. Here they come.
Flash and go. Makaze called upon to deliver for NAVI. Does start strong, finds Flamesy. Couldn't wrap up a second, and there's Zywoo. Wonderful down on window. That should be round.
Okay, another round where NAVI will have to opt with the save. Take a look at Makaze on left-hand side, 14K. This isn't the most glamorous, right? They will start contending for rounds at a certain point, but this is just going to give them more gun rounds, or at least they're on level pegging, right? Their bank balance isn't blown open. They're not down to 4 spies. It's a good recovery for Vitality. Felt like they could have been a little bit shell-shocked after the second round loss. And then just that landslide where they weren't even doing damage. But now they're in it, and, well, NAVI, they might be able to get a couple of exits here.
Yeah,
Apex
not if Apex
this one off, all right.
That should cover them.
All right, and now they're starting to accumulate a little bit of cash, and Zywoo's been able to scavenge himself an AWP. They comes in, Mezzi goes down.
Cheeky.
If anything, it's more for the show. Do we see a bit more flair this time? Makazi does well with the burst, right, but they're out of nades. It's not really helpful for Wonderful with the AWP, right? Doors are smoked off. Peering through window, they'd already scoured further than he had thought. We're back underway. Zywoo rattles off a shot on the cross. Flames down with just a MAC-10. 4 out of 5 players on NAVI do have head armor, so Wonderful's the only one that is going to be extremely potent against, and it looks like they're lining this up once more. Is this going to be a double pump? Are they really just going to force the issue on Makazi's side? This time he has more utility to work with. Could be a defensive smoke dropped in at his feet. smoke in.
Just flashing
the flashes.
Here we go, Makaze, he's gonna throw the incendiary. They're gonna commit ahead of that. He's on the site, begging for backup. Fully blind, and there's that Mac-10! Flamesy, swift with it. So nimble, just charges into the site. Makaze, we saw his frustrations on the cam. It's only going to be exacerbated now as they've had the audacity to just do it again.
Well, you know what that means. Once more, everyone's favorite four-letter word. A save comes in once more. Flamesy picks up that AWP. He denies it from them scooping it up again and even gets himself an upgrade into an M4. So everything done in that round by Flamesy. This man, it's great on the entries, but it's because of the well-oiled machine that Vitality is, right? He has so much trust in the flashes these teammates are throwing. No issue going in first if you know the enemy is going to be blind. And this is a recovery and a half. 5-4, the score will read.
I think Flamesy is as well one of those players when you talk about flight paths. If you watch his demos, you'll see every decision, every path he chooses into a site is deliberate and is taking into account the system that's supporting him. Vitality's flashes, the smokes, the timings. He seems to nail it. All right, round 10.
Mezzi has long spawns. They're also joined by looks of Apex and Flames there. So if they do want to try and change the gear, they're just going to boost the AWP. So ZywOo spawns the cross, doesn't catch anything. They're not going to run the double ops this time, NAVI. It's Bit acting as the unknown entity. So some real hijinks for NAVI early, right? With these different positions as far as nameplate Counter-Strike is concerned. A name like Bit might go overlooked. I don't think that Vitality would dare run another B-pop, but right now the bomb is in upper tunnels. So sure, it might not be direct through tunnels. Mid to B is possible. Going through the motions, we'll have to force back short.
Yeah, you want to make this convincing, and Apex could get caught here on the swing. Ahead of the expectation is Imet off the flash, catches Flamesy. Alexi B sets up Imet.
Now they're hitting B.
They're going to have to. It's only Makaze. If he can get anything, any kill is everything. There it is onto Mezzi. Robs will trade, bombs into B. It's a 2-on-4, and the AWP is on that cross.
These are the two you want alive in a 2v4 situation.
Didn't quite manage to spot them over the top. The incandescence of the flame.
No smoke for doors, just a molly and a HE.
There's that molly, utilized towards window, buys a little time. That's a very lurky smoke thrown towards the doors. Very threatening, very uncomfortable for ZywOo with the AWP. Here comes the next chain of util.
Indeed.
Nate doesn't achieve its mark. It's all about this flashbang.
It's coming through tunnels.
Alexi B synchronizes, flash connects, ZywOo brought down to half HP, goes down, overlooked his Robs, looking for the clutch, and there's Alexi.
All right, finally a retake they've gone for here, and that's going to happen. You catch two players, blind as hell, over towards short. They accelerate into B. Makaze, as you mentioned, he got his. Keeps that heavy number advantage, and then they piece the retake together. They don't rush in, they don't extend individually, they do it as a team, and NAVI get to 6.
Yeah, it feels so much more uncomfortable if Makaze gets nothing. Sure, it starts fantastically. Great flash from Alexi. Imet as well, quick to piece together the double kill. But using their numbers on that retake and breaching back in. Wonderful, going on an early venture.
Remember, NAVI have not taken a map core versus core off of Vitality since Cologne 2024.
A few years ago.
And also Dust2, they've already managed 6 rounds. Out of the 20 played this year for Vitality on Dust2, only 5 of them have gone double digits. So maybe even getting to 10 might be a small victory for NAVI. This time, the cluster of Vitality puff up their chest and take this short control. Looks like they're going to go again.
Does. Imet's going to be able to lend a hand. Wonderful's missed his first opportunity. How many more does he get on that ramp side? Not comfortable for the AWP. Flamesy shows us how. Lovely from Flamesy. Provides the double entry once more, this time on the ace side. Burst from Alexi, willy-nilly, goes down to Mezzi, and it's Makaze giving it a go. Found by Robs to wrap it up, it's just Bit.
You may have a look, right? They've got heaps of cash for the final round. Bit needs to give this a go.
Yeah, the bomb on the ramp side, so ZywOo's going to be tasked with a plant. Is he going to go through the flames? He is. Robs is going to have an isolated duel. Bit hits the edge, and he comes out clutch! That is outrageous from Bit! Just what NAVI needed. It was starting to look like a 6-6 half was on the cards, but Bit turns the tables.
Now that's going to cause some frustration to the Vitality camp. This felt like it could have been a collab right there. Wonderful goes down, but it's sloppy, right? There's a bit of individual over-peaking from Vitality. Good grit and determination, but Bit, that's what they're looking for. And Alexi, the boys, they like the way that one feels. The tempo keeps up. Wonderful outshot, taking the fight. Apex finds the opener. Wonderful down again.
Overextension has cost them in the opening. Was riding that high from the clutch of Bit, but now they've conceded an opening.
Yeah, just go away. You know the orb's not there.
Apex is. He's going to go waltzing on in. Fires off a warning shot. Got Alexi to deal with. Nice find from him, supporting from the long side, but they've lost him. He's worried about Mezzi. Good awareness. Catches that long lurk. Bomb on the back of Flamesy. Makazi activates through mid, held by Robs.
Oh, where that came from.
Alexi's quick on the ramp side. They know where he was. And Bit's so disconnected from his teammate. This is so disadvantaged for NAVI. Is there any way back in? Full HP, and now loses his head. Bit's position now noted. Robs fully aware and ready. 7-5. We've got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dust2. This is Vitality's turf. And NAVI putting up more of a fight than we've seen before. Second quarterfinal here in Atlanta. First maps, first half. We saw a clutch from Bit. Another second round loss after a one pistol for Vitality. NAVI did the hard work early. A run of 5 off of that second round and a single frag from ZywOo.
Yeah, this is surprising. ZywOo's been in fine form here in Atlanta. Highest rated player of the tournament so far, but that might be changing if he doesn't pull up his socks. And expect to keep the absolute best in the game down for too long. Let's see, CT side, he'll be an integral part of this. Can they make it 2 from 2 on the pistols? They're much better with the conversions on the CT side. Alexi to throw out this hinge smoke late. Bit is in bedroom. Wonderful, which just jumps, spotting the city hijinks towards middle, and Emma and Makazi will take upper tunnels control. So ZywOo stays burrowed in mid doors with those dual Berettas. Alexi just making sure he's got this one lined up properly. Double swing back plat. Mezzi just keeps his head tucked. Setting up for an A split. So Apex is in the sight, Flamesy towards long.
Starting their progressions up cap. Spotted over the top of the smoke. Robs has the info and spots the bomb as well, making its way across. Apex on high alert. Flamesy under scrutiny.
They're in trouble.
It's out. Yeah, the P250. Perfect at that range. An opening kill.
It's
Apex in open. Brought down. Nice from ZywOo. There he is. He arrives. A backstab for 2. Needs a third at range. It's not the weapon for the job. That's his partner in crime. Robs towards CT. Mezzi partners up on the short side. Bit on this reclear. Looking for him. Trying to retrieve that bomb. It's so uncomfortable for these two now. Last of the nades, hoping that enables a fight on their terms. Not favoring them anymore. ZywOo's here. From 1 frag to 5 in the blink of an eye.
Oh, there you go. That's impact. No other way to frame it. And that A split, it looked perfect. Opening kill, all pressure on Apex. He's trying to scamper to goose for some space. And before you know it, ZywOo with dual Berettas is shooting you in the back. You have no idea. Look how rapid this is. They're still fighting Apex on the site, and ZywOo's already taken down 3.
First bullet accuracy as well. Some players, you know, they capitulate, they get nervous with the backs turned of their opponent. ZywOo's so quick on the trigger.
All right, well, NAVI into this one. They haven't forced. Wonderful's bought in the scout. He's looked to find a kill on the cross. He hasn't found that, and now they're going to take the eco. So next round, Wonderful can just work with the scout again, but you're still hoping to allow your sniper to find a couple of tags, right? Then the Glocks, even the P250 from Emma, can look to convert a kill or 2 to keep the finances humble. This feels like a freebie as far as the conversions are concerned. We did see Vitality a little bit earlier in the tournament lose a Glock eco, and that is why this team is feeling beatable in Atlanta. Highlighted here by the Obs team, you can see Apex on the ramp with just a USP, a bunch of nades as well. Might be able to get ZywOo and AWP into the next, as long as he doesn't go down in this one. This is going to be a slow, drawn-out round as we are now sub 1 minute. .30 seconds now. They're just going to waltz into A. So Apex, the man in question, nade in hand, and they're just going to pass through this smoke. Alexi just waltzes through, and Apex is going to look to unload the USP. Gets 1 for his trouble. ZywOo goes down. Should still be fine. Flames is chipped down low. Hold up a second.
This gets weird. With that bomb loose, though, you have to drop down, and that's what Bit's doing. Tries to grab the bomb. This retrieval mission kind of working. He's mantled back up. The bomb's going down, just denied in time.
Okay. Shaky. Apex should be able to drop this AWP to ZywOo. And they know because of the scout, it will just be another for Wonderful. A little bit sketchy, but we are all tied up, 7 apiece. See what NAVI settle into with the first rifle round. Wonderful. Ooh, a little tag there. Robs operating on half HP over towards B. It is just a default coming out early from NAVI. No pace to this one. turn later long, so a bit wonderful. And Alexi will have to tussle with Flamesy and Zyu's all.
It's just such a powerful position for Flamesy.
Faffing around with nades right now.
Yeah, just, oh, getting caught! Clunky, clumsy, Zyu just in time. Flamesy's position noted, and that wallbang did connect, so Flamesy and Robs have felt the wrath of that scout.
They're pivoting into a mid to B quite quickly here.
You've got 60 seconds to find the finish. Makaze out middle. He's got Mezzi to trifle with.
Nice shot.
Nails it. Only one there on the side. Had to be Robs. He's delivered, and now Ima goes in. And that sight's open. Apex arriving quick towards the window. Flushed forward by the Flames, and it's comfortable for him at high impact round.
I could signal the save.
It certainly could. Zyu is having a look. If he wants to find something here for free, they might have a look at it, but Flames is still clearing short for lurks.
It just felt out of sorts. Wonderful jumping up window. Does he want to try and contest this? If you give it over, then they can give it a go, but pathing away, Vitality will be finding themselves on the save.
Really impactful round out of Ima there.
To turn that around after being a man disadvantage, right? Because he walks out middle, able to get one, puts all the pressure on Rob, who he knew was low. Ima coming through the smoke. It's a risky move, but one that he has to make if they want to contend against this round, and yet NAVI, they draw blood on this T side. Zyu can drop, Flamesy the same. And Mezzi can operate on something a little bit lighter. We'll see the distribution of weapons come in a moment. It didn't even, there wasn't even a full commitment. Makazi's gone out mid on his own. Right, Wonderful stays around middle, the same as Alexi. They're waiting for the reactions, and fortunately, two of their space takers do exactly that. Apex forced into a tough decision, takes a risk, and that from the in-game leader. When it pays off, it looks brilliant. Not the frustrations boil. Oh, look at this aggression.
Straight up the guts of middle.
Spotted.
Apex charging, needs the burst, does find the head of Wonderful and dips away.
Gotta get out now, keep the man advantage.
Trying to find the clawback, can they swing, can they find anything, but they disappear in a puff of smoke on mid. Chunky nade as well, right on the chin.
Kazi might want to try another mid to B maneuver here, just walking out in his lonesome. Xbox smoke fading, doors one is up, so they are covered off.
I think they're right to try and find this gap, just contact walking. Look at Makaze. Makes his move, Robs is there to tend to it. Mezzi too. Turns to flash, needs the headshot, nice burst from Mezzi, can't find the follow-up, it's Ima on the trade! Robs didn't pull the trigger! 3-on-3, and Apex with such low HP, playing around the edge of the smoke, hoping for an overstep. Cautious pathing from Alexi. Bit does bring him down. Still Flamesy on the long arrives. Just in time to make it a 2-on-2. And look at this one onto Bit. Clean with it. Clutch available for Alexi. Hey. And it's Flamesy.
Doing it on his own. Didn't even wait for Zyu there. Just tapping away. Ties us back up 8 apiece. NAVI, I love the flair just to walk out there on that timing. The idea from Vitality was great though. Taking the two B defenders, trying to park them over towards A. Rob's taking an angle that's a little bit unnatural, but I think he's expected not to be cleared in that scenario because, hey, there's already a player taking that fight from CT Ramp, but Flames. Beautiful shooting from him.
I mean, that's exactly what you want from your long anchor on a retake.
And they needed that. The money would have spilled open for Vitality there, so we continue to go back and forth, blow for blow, as Blade will take timeout number 2. Wonderful does have an AWP. He does also have the best long spawn available. And right now, he's postured to head that way, but with the coach on the mic, some adjustments from whatever the light plan was are in motion. It's also going to have to be a little bit of a different long setup coming out of Vitality unless they want to risk the corner fight. Right, Apex has the best spawn. Flames, the long anchor, with one of the worst. So depending on what call Blade has made right now, NAVI might be able to contend for this long control. Wonderful is no longer looking towards long. They might want to just take something a bit more standard before the finances run dry. Or not.
Does look like he's taking it. Wonderful. Quick for that long fight. Looking for Apex. Does round the corner in time.
Flamesy tucks in case there's a second timing pop. This is a standard setup this time round from Vitality. Mezzi, Romps beat, Zyu with the AWP, and then Apex in rotation while Flamesy burrows down, but look how fast they are. Congregating very quickly and silently, right? No mollies, no flashes, and they're already up catwalk, ready to explode. This would be fast.
Yeah, Apex's HEs, they could do some serious damage if he gets the timing right. ZywOo, ooh, quick flick onto Makaze. There's the first nade, is ringing for Alexi B. There's more where that came from. Bullets, a hail of them onto Alexi, and it's clean as a whistle. Wonderful, just 5 HP, tagged through the box. Running into Rops with his knife out, and he's gone.
And well, Rops can pick up that AWP, and now they can run the double AWP set up on this CT. Oh, no, okay. Ooh. All right. Knowing they're in a lighter buy scenario into the next, if they think that he picked that up to carry it through them, I want to try a little bit of a B pop. But this is a real shutdown, and ZywOo, remember, he had 1 kill at halftime. He now has 10. He's back where he belongs. Let's see what he finishes the map with. But Vitality, they take the lead, 9-8. Couple of digs. P250 on this smoke here for Alexi. Next was spotted there as Makazi sounds off. No need for Alexi's smoke. Able to use that elsewhere. Well played. Apex takes the contact, ZywOo takes the frag, and they're just going to continue to wrap this one up. Him out mid doors, wonderful, and Alexi look to join him. And you wonder if we've hit the turning point of the map. Vitality looked a little bit shaky to kick things off. It was that 5-1 spree after losing the second round conversion, but this one practically spotless. They keep it that way. Mezzi confirms it's now a 2-round gap.
Yeah, 2 flawless rounds, back to back.
And Rob still has this MP9. Has a good spawn for lower tunnels. Might want to try something a little bit out of the box here. NAVI.
It's not too common to see Robs go for something aggressive.
I think at this patch of the game, right, you can definitely change the tone, considering you'd have this nice buffer of cash you're working with.
Safe from the cross, wonderful, unable to connect. Look at this aggression.
Undetected.
And Apex's Alexi does get out long behind the long corner smoke. Flamesy going to be feeling some pressure. They're called complete B clear.
So they continue around the world with this. Flames needs to stay alive. Wonderful into pit.
Oh! Up versus AK. Flamesy rips his head off. ZywOo playing around that car as well. He's safe from the flames. They don't spread.
Look at Apex.
They're going to walk the smoke. ZywOo in a position to punish this. Does catch Bit, walking. Makaze goes down as well. ZywOo, 1 frag at the start of this second half. Up to 14, top of the tables. And another one for ZywOo. Ima peeks on in. Peek him at your own risk, at your own peril. The chosen one's back in the server.
Feels like all of these impact kills from ZywOo have come as multis.
What a shot from Flamesy.
Yeah, that's massive. That's against the AWP. Wonderful.
You know it's good when the production team give it to you 3 times.
Partial buy for NAVI. This has gotten away from them damn quick.
Yeah, they're running out long. Tech 9, a little bit of a pace on the flashbang. Wonderful's got some space.
Yeah, this is a fake. The bomb heading back towards B. You know, it's going to join Bit and Makazi in the upper tunnels. Long is the biggest threat at the moment. Well, smoke, as we can see, not landing perfectly. Not the first time either. Alexi now joins the pack. Wonderful, looks to be the mid piece. Rob's on his own right now, but he's got Molly, got a flash, and Mezzi's not too far away. Here comes the pop.
These are those defining moments as a B anchor. The whole squad running at you. Support from Mezzi, solid as a rock. And Robs gets nothing. And now Mezzi's gone too. Okay, this one gets uncomfortable. Wonderful. Parked in middle, hoping to catch a rotation. Backstab onto Flamesy if he's not diligent. His back is turned. Just in time spots him. They've got info as to Wonderful's location.
Oh, no.
Oh, the wrong way! Apex mantles up. Meets Bits AK. Lethality. And a clutch available for the Woo. They're so low. Angle's perfect. Angle's perfect. Okay, saved by Makaze. That nearly got very awkward for Bit.
That's the second of those for NAVI in this map so far. And a very important one. Mezzi gets the first 2 kills on the way in, and they're able to turn a 3v5 around. It's the 2 of them, Bit and Makaze. Traditional B duo now doing it on the T side. Look at that. Had to be audacious there, Bit. Took a risk and a big one.
Such a brilliantly calculated risk as well. Leg shot. Rob's limping towards his bomb site.
He's been tagged a couple times now. Still money for another buy if Vitality do lose this one, but starting to get a little bit ropey.
Makaze feeling frisky. Smoke has faded. Just standing on the Xbox, pivoting between the 2 possibilities.
Mid to B smoke lined up from Imma. The mid door's blocked again.
It's going to free Mezzi up.
Get them to about the 50-second mark. Yeah, they're reading this, right? The fact that Apex is the man to flirt over towards B. Well, he's not hanging around. Mid to B smoke deployed now.
In the air.
Crisscross.
Apex and Mezzi playing around them. It's pulled resources away from A. Apex trying to bait, and the split, and the flick! Alexi B! That is brutal! Almost inhuman from Alexi!
Looking casual about this one, but that was nothing casual about that from the in-game leader. I think he's going to get baited into Apex every day of the week there. Smashing shot. ZywOo gets one, goes down over towards A. And now it's just a 1-round game. They're looking to hunt. The dogs are off the leash. Alexi might just do it himself. He's got a 4K on the plate if he could find Rops. Remember, the money is still there. The loss bonus starting to build now for the CT side. It'll only be 1,900 into the next. But we got a game. Double digits reached.
Yeah, we got a game. Alexi B only gets out of bed for the world #1.
It's tough for these teams to manage the energy correctly when they're at the tippy top of the field. The expectation was this is meant to be Sunday. This is meant to be how we conclude IEM Atlanta. This is how both these teams are kicking off the playoffs as Xtaz on the mic. His second tactical timeout allows Blade. Also contributing, this is a massive round in the context of this game. After the buys have come in, a couple of players hovering around that 2K mark for Vitality. They lose a site early, get a couple of saves in, they'll be fine for a buy. Their money is not great, and it's NAVI, the ones who have been winning the lighter buy rounds. Emma has a good long spawn. Here's that shot again, just a whip. Put that one on a poster, Mr. Alexi B. When your in-game leader is delivering your openings like that, you're in with a real shot against the world #1. Apex gonna be wondering how the hell did that happen. Here we go, all boosted up. Is it another tag onto Rops? Get across this time unscathed. ZywOo smokes so he will extinguish any bottles of flame, but nothing coming his way just yet.
Wonderful's lining up util towards the door side, and Alexi B showing restraint on his lower crawl. Play around the edge of the smoke. Makaze starts to aggress. This is going to come down to ZywOo. Yeah, feeling a little too much pressure. Will back away as Makaze
heard him.
He's got the timing on this. ZywOo's posted. Hot shot. Makaze goes wide.
He's gone dry on that. That's insane. They've got the space. This could be another one of these quick eruptions.
Yeah, they're lining up the nades now. It's going to be the double smoke. That's their commitment behind it. Bit late long. 4 congregated towards the short side. Good HE could do damage. Kaze half health. Fumble on the smoke there.
Yeah, this is tough now.
This gets infinitely more difficult without good smoke coverage.
I don't believe it's Ace. I was playing for mid.
Oh, they will now. They've just seen Bit trying to progress long. Flamesy relays that information. Now that pulls rotation.
I was not going to be there in time.
Apex is going to have to try and delay as best he can. Flames at his feet. Zywoo awkward in the open in limbo with an AWP. Still manages to rack up one onto Makaze. And they're in the open. It's a shooting gallery. 2-on-2. Dust will settle. 30 seconds. Bomb to be retrieved. Wonderful tasked with that. He's got Flamesy on the long side and his Bit still coming back for this fight.
This is so late.
Bomb's been retrieved, timing everything. He just looks away. Aiming! He's nailed him! Robs his turn. In the clutch. Denied by the Flame for the walk-up. Bit just goes swinging in. Comfortable for Robs. Can he do what Bit did in that first half? An impactful clutch when he needs it most. Both teams sitting in silence as their players locked in a 1v1 with such big ramifications. Robs is expecting one thing. Down to just 17. Headshot will do it though. Wonderful! Stands his ground! We've got a tied ball game, folks!
Money, it's the conversation. I'll be surprised not to see a timeout here. Xtaz not out of his seat. They don't want to take these 30 seconds. But I think you have to. Zywoo gets there, gets the first. They've already swarmed. Wonderful Zorb signs. But this is it, such a late lurk. This is 2v2. It's actually NAVI that take the timeout. Bit, he's only got 11 kills, but every single one of them has come with absolute impact. Gets him across the line there.
You've got to give Wonderful extra knuckles for that one. That's 1v1 versus Robs. He's the guy that wins those. That's what he's in this roster to do. Wonderful doesn't capitulate.
Haven't shoved here. But NAVI have taken his timeout, so maybe Blade didn't like what he heard coming out of the in-game leader's mouth going into the next round of play. Maybe they wanted to take the time to assess what the buy could be. We can see on the screen right now what's taken shape, but it's not a shove, it's not an all-in, it's 2,900 lost into the next. They're hedging their bets right now. Vitality, they're not playing for overtime, but they're giving themselves a chance in this one as well as round number 24. There's 2 M4s, Mag 7, a Scout, and an MP9. It's the lack of util that's the real issue.
Wonderful just counting chickens on the cross.
Didn't see a nade either. Oof, Apex, how many times are you going to cross that door?
What is this game he's playing? And look at the game Flames he's cooking. From lower tunnel to back turn to free headshot. Gets another one! Makaze's got 2, finally felled. But the damage, the ramifications of his push, and talking of push, look at Robs.
He is taking so much space right now. Alexi's actually heading...
Not ready for this.
There's no way. There's no way. Robs is hearing all this.
This is outrageous. Vitality have been let off the leash. Flamesy up mid, Robs pushing tunnels.
Got all the information now as well. They're stuck in T-spawn and we're at a minute 10.
This is so uncomfortable. Look at that smoke as well. There's so many places Robs' MP9 could have borrowed. Wonderful and Bit feeling hyper uncomfortable.
Apex has just found himself an upgrade in lower tunnels. Now that Mag 7 turns into an AK.
There's nothing for them here. Every option closed down, and this flank keeps on pushing. Oh, a burst to the face.
What are you meant to do now, Wonderful? 45 seconds to just try and hold on to this, and the map feels tiny. Vitality are everywhere.
It's such a crazy round to be pushing like that. Wonderful finds the first on Zywoo, aggressing long. A 1v1 is one thing.
Up-down setup from Apex and Mezzi right now.
1v4. Asking way too much. 20 seconds, he's still worried about that long flank. Apex, Mezzi primed and ready, and they take it. Vitality, map point. To finish in regulation, it has been a wild roller coaster ride. And just when their money was teetering, when it's Mag 7s, when it's Scouts, Flamesy up the guts of middle.
It feels like a gun round if you're NAVI, doesn't it? Your first contact is against an M4. You don't have to worry about the Scout or the Mag 7 at all. Sure, the MP9, but it's the space, and Robs clothesline's Bit with that one. Is it going to be another close but no cigar? NAVI, they're getting closer and closer.
OT's right there. It's right there for the taking. Compromises, sure. Galil, Tech 9. A 3B start for Vitality.
Flash in. Flamesy still notes presence outside the long doors. Makazi and Alexi announce theirs up the short side. Block smoke deployed towards B, and there's more where that came from. 60 seconds. Mid corridor is theirs, but I don't know what lies on the other side.
Alexi B partners up with Makaze and tests Mezzi. He's been unable to find the frag. Drops into the side, but this is where that third man is. Apex on the brick side, uncrouched, headshot. Mezzi's there. NAVI in trouble. Spiraling downwards, not looking good. One back from Bit. There's Wonderful. He's ready for the push through the smoke as well. Zawi thinks twice about it. So the trace of fire visible from Flamesy, but he does. Walks into Bit. Their advantage is disintegrating.
Time.
Robs is on the site. They know he's around here somewhere. Strafes on in. It's comfortable for Robs. It's looking like they've done it. Vitality, the last round of regulation, they snatch it away.
Rob said he didn't want to go home with regrets, and that's Dust2, that's their home turf. This one was tough. Zywoo with 1 kill at the half, ends with 19. Vitality, they do their best work in the playoffs.
We'll see if NAVI are.
Fourth head-to-head this year. Every single one of them being in the playoffs. 2 grand finals, 2 quarterfinals. The winner of this one goes on to be the heavy favorites to lift the whole damn thing. Another T-side start for Vitality. This is by choice. They're setting up for a B pop. Makazi, Wonderful. You've got company.
They're behind.
Smokes off, yeah.
This is going to get uncomfortable quickly. Fortunately, Wonderful does dip back onto site. He'll have vision to try and disrupt it. Oh, he nails it. Catches Zywoo, throw in the back plat. Molly enables Makaze. Wonderful for a second as well. Apex, he needs a whole lot more. He's caught reloading in the smoke, and he's got no support. Mezzi arriving now. Good damage from Apex. It's bit onto him, but Mezzi trying to make something out of this 1-on-3. Flash connects, and Bit's bullets will too. NAVI put the right foot forward to start.
Beautiful shot there from Wonderful. In fact, it's onto Zywoo, who was starting to heat up in that second half. Makazi then gets the good graces to come through the smoke, knowing there's that buffer. So the comms must be in a comfortable place for NAVI. I think they knew that Dust2 was always going to be tough. This one here, great little flash. There's nothing that Mezzi can do with that one. And they will make sure the bomb doesn't go down. We'll see Vitality coming into the next round of play with just a couple of digs. And then absolutely no hurry with this one. Give you a bit of lay of the land for the setup as far as it's concerned for NAVI CT side. Alexi over towards Jail. This has been highlighted by Yanko in the prep for the game. He's going to be your B main holder. He'll be partnered up with the likes of Makazi. Holding off towards E-Box. That means you get a combination of Imma and Wonderful in middle. Right, these two. Wonderful's the rotator. Imma will be playing more towards A, and he'll be joining that a bit as the anchor. But just causing a little bit of a kerfuffle early. Vitality just showing themselves, shooting off a couple of shots, trying to draw out that util. And now they gravitate towards mid. It's where Wonderful and Imma reside.
Ooh, pressure applied. Imma's done well. He kind of stands his ground for 2. Eventually whittled away at by the Glock of Robs.
If you can get another with the 1,400 investment of these 2 digs, not too shabby, but it's going to be tough. Sub 40 seconds now. Zywoo and Mezzi are going to be starting to look to die. That loss bonus in the bank balance and get the guns out into the next.
This could be a great time for Alexi B to get his frag total started. Some unarmored pistols versus an MP9. Makaze steals 1, and he gets started indeed.
Okay, well, I was going to pick up that FAMAS. That could be dropped across her an M4. There will be no issues in the buy department for NAVI. Just no AWP for Wonderful this early in the game. They know that Vitality are now going to be edging in with the buy. 4 AKs and a Galil for Mezzi. Needs to facilitate that util. Yanko saying it's no longer the broader approach of these 2 teams on the map. There's a meta being built with the head-to-head. we'll see how these mind games play in. Nothing out of the box early for either team. IEM wonderful starting close mid, wanting to harass. It blocks A main.
Basket, smoke, force some space. Robs is going to try and take this away from Bit.
Oof, Sentry a little bit early there, so that one forces out even more util, and with this starting to path back towards B. Still players middle as well. They could drop out the window, more could head through E-box. The bomb being picked up now. The finish. Definitely feeling like this B split. IEM being drawn back towards middle. Alexi and Makazi. Still with a decent amount of util between the two of them.
Oh, spam from Makaze doesn't quite finish off Apex at all. Just a single bullet scrapes his knee.
Makazi has to respect this.
Yeah, they're going to push through. Well placed on the HE. Molotov's going to be swimming on the back platform. Alexi B first to receive. Carpet of flame here. Alexi B tagged through the smoke spam from ZywOo and Mezzi coming in from B main. Here it comes. Pressure amplified. Flashes. Flame and a headshot from Flame Z. There's Alexi. Just the one. An opportunity for more. They're low. IEM quick on the scene. Flames is going to get cleared here. So that pulls us into a 3-on-3. Nearly transfers it onto Apex with that bomb plant.
All right, they got a kit on IEM. They can give this one a go. There's no util. This is going to be tough.
Vitality wounded.
The triangle.
Oh, he brings the fight to them. That's outrageous. Bit one back. Apex an overextension goes swinging in. At least confirms his whereabouts. And now it's Robs that brings the fight. Ambitious. Clutch available. Hang on. Should be comfortable in Robs' hands here. Look at the time. Bit knows if he could just isolate the duel, but Robs has played the clock. And he'll take the round.
I think Apex is assuming they're going for the save in that situation.
Right.
With that type of a pick, thinking, no, there's no way. Oh, the gun show. Apex has got some competition out there. I think because their money's not going to be great going into this next round of play. So the fact that they're giving this a go in a post-plant scenario, it was a double pump as well, right? Layering in the util, waiting for the block data to come out from NAVI. The second wave, Flamesy fantastic with the openers. And this one,
what a shot.
Apex just adjusts down into that, and Rops stays cool. Forced by Inferno NAVI. 1 M4, 1 Famous, an MP9 and a couple of pistol upgrades. They'd love to be able to wrestle this one back in the early game. You lose this, the rounds will spill open, and Vitality should be able to take the lead. Selling A, NAVI. Nobody close baskets, nobody tending with the site whatsoever. Very heavy B setup coming into play. Now look, if you're gambling correctly, just hold on to these and go again into round number 5. Vitality are tracking in this direction. Let's see if they're as diligent with the util this time round.
Alexi B's holding a flashback. Trying to catch them and disrupt them upon the commitment. There's that same Molotov, going to make life miserable for the two of them back plat. Wonderful, burns down, 12 HP, still manages to catch one on the back foot. There's ZywOo though from the E-box position, racks up a double in their back plat for another headshot. Robs tracks him as he tries to fight, and they're losing everything here. They put all their pennies into the center of the table, and Vitality have managed to secure a second round.
It's given it a look.
Certainly will have a go. It's that horrible crossfire, though. Trying to breach this with Mezzi. Only a Mac 10. He can isolate. Oh, can he, though? Nimble from Mezzi. Using that moving accuracy of the SMG. NAVI bankrupt.
It was like a sense of inevitability has settled in. You sense it with the crowd, maybe as well as the players from NAVI. I think it's the mental anguish with how close they were on map number 1. They had some big moments, some flashy moments. But Vitality still prevail. Be lean, but this is just the eco. You expect this one to be farmed up. With Anubis in the mix in these last two outings with these two teams, 13-10, 13-11. Vitality just getting across the line, so we should be set for another close map. I think it's the BetBoom loss, 13-10, which is what forced Vitality down to the lower bracket, having to play two best of threes in a day. First time they've done that since Chengdu. As here he is, Apex, the Farm Fest. That's three, knows the fourth, and ZywOo, he won't miss, so just need to find that a bit. They'll expect him over towards A, but ooh, not a bad shot. Much more damage. And that's what this is looking for, right? Vitality again. They win this series. They put themselves up against BetBoom in that semi-final tomorrow. Already locked in Legacy versus Gamer Legion. And whoever wins this one, they are the heavy favorites to take the title. Again, I think everybody, they're coming out here to Atlanta expecting the grand final to be NAVI versus Vitality. But hey, with the footfalls that we've seen unfold, this is where we find ourselves.
Yeah, and you heard Mezzi in the interview with Martin as well, just talking about how they like to try and consider themselves two different teams and groups and playoffs.
It's an intensity shift, right? For them, groups feel like a formality. This is the fun part.
Yeah, exactly. On the big stage with that loud Atlanta crowd. You guys have been bringing some insane energy.
Well, NAVI not giving them too much to cheer about right now. This time, early A main pressure applies a lot of intensity to this side as that rotation has been drawn. Wonderful's AWP will be posted on the line. They're blocked towards mid, and they're juggling a nade, so Vitality feeling quite comfortable. They've got the map control that they're looking for.
Look at Apex on the camera. He's got a very clear game plan he's relayed. It's just hands off the mouse and keyboard, making sure his troops know the marching orders.
A fight coming in the way of Robs. Bit and him are paired up to clear it out, and they're happy with what they see, but mid's been a void throughout all of this. Wonderful heading back over. Can't really push into the line. 50 seconds.
It looks like we're going to get an AWP head-to-head here. Wonderful heavy advantage and nails it. Removes the woo.
They pivot now. Do they want to head towards B? They know the Wonderful's AWP. Eyes on the other side. Here we go. Heaven Smoke, Flamesy and Mezzi. They need these good flashes from Apex to be able to path in.
Wonderful set to collect another. Jumping over his line of sight. Quick flick onto Mezzi and a flood of frags. Spotless from NAVI.
Beautiful. We don't need more of that. Very comfy stuff. With Wonderful with another head-to-head against ZywOo. 7-4 for Wonderful, keeping up that good form from the group stage.
Yeah, he sat him down on the pistol and has kept it up with the AWP.
And that tells me you're not walking into that drive if you expect the AWP to be there, right? He assumes he's going to get some room against some rifles, be able to post up. He's a bit missed right now for Vitality. Tech 9, Mac 10, and 3 rifles. They've missed a smoke here.
Yeah, messes with Flamesy's lineup.
They do want to try towards middle again. Flamesy at least starting to flirt with the smoke. Does he just want to waltz on through?
Wouldn't put it past him, and he has just gone straight through that smoke. Enables ZywOo and Mezzi. The tail joins him. Irma, supported by Wonderful. There's the headshot. ZywOo, however, onto Irma quick. And Wonderful, how's he getting away? Missed spray, a second lease of life for NAVI's sniper.
They're applying a lot of pressure towards A again, but it doesn't have to be the finish. Still over a minute on the clock, and they can pivot back. Alexi's had to rotate over to help out Wonderful. He's going to head towards Bit's site. So split 2-2 at the moment. Looking around the same round again.
There's the flash, though. This is the difference maker. Bit eats the flashbang, and Mezzi pathing into the site for one. The back of the site lies Wonderful. He has to find a multi. Does so. Pieces together for 2. Sight lost. Alexi B. He falls as well on the camera position. ZywOo aware of it.
Kazi's close.
He is.
He can give it a go.
He certainly will. Robs towards Fountain. Galil VM4 looking the wrong way. Makes it even. ZywOo low HP. Makazi's even got the HE. This could make all the difference. An impactful round. 3 kills deep from ZywOo, but Makaze can make it all for naught. Back of the site. Where's that HE going? Too deep. ZywOo peaks and ZywOo frags for 4.
Okay. ZywOo's had 1 off half. Right now he's sitting 9-4. That was a massive round from him. Just hitting everything that moved on that A site. And we go back and forth as the score now reads 4-3. So there's been some stubborn calling, or at least consistent calling from Vitality, right? There's 2 rounds in a row that were this B split in through water. Once you get the E-box control, the mollies towards the plat. Now they've run a very similar looking A split round after round. Stairs smoke comes in. They're going to push after this molly.
It looks like it was going to be aggressive.
Imma's out the window.
It is. Imma just going to bring the fight to them, sure. He's 40 HP, catches some flak. Two of them in the canal. A forward stance from the defenders, but gaps available if Flamesy pushes mid. Off the flash from Apex, he's in.
Yeah, good response to losing canal.
Look how uncomfortable that makes Makaze. He's got to be worried about so many different avenues. Has to back away. E-box safe.
Yeah, now the pressure is on Bit, right? Because you're going to lose canal control once the T-stairs smoke fades. You know that they can apply that pressure. Bomb's still in limbo. No commitment for Vitality just yet, but they're coming into sweep mid.
Oh, that's a lot of info.
That's a whole lot of info.
Spots the whole squad. Easy frag, though. Bit with the M4, rips the head off of Flamesy. Apex is next victim. He's a dead man running. Back turned. Imma picks it up comfortably. Cywo's got the bomb, can't afford to commit. Now Mezzy hoping he catches one, returning from Temple. There's wonderful, little peek out, gets the info. Still a body. Outside B main, smoke will obscure two of them, but that site is safe, and significant damage through the smoke there. Mezzy trying to keep boots planted, and they'll just run at him.
I think it's a save. They're just going to call this one off. Robson, Zywo looking to hold on to what they brought in with. And Apex, if people caught it there in the cam after those deaths toward middle, was very frustrated. I think with all this players he saw, maybe you're hoping for a reaction from your teammates. Maybe you thought, hey, I made the right call. It was just on a later timing that they came and swept through middle. But we tie things up again. So 1,400 is the loss bonus. Zywo and Rops won't get any of that. Apex is in Galil territory. Flamesy and Mezzy are going to have to be down to some pistols. Zywo could drop a Galil. And a tactical timeout called. So good chance right now to organize that buy. Timeout subsided. Now they're in freeze time. Yet to see what investments are coming through behind this. Okay, piecing it together now. Apex is going Tech 9 armor with nades. Flames is in with the Mac 10. Mezzy on a Tech 9 as well. This is tough, right? You have to balance the fact that you have the saved AWP and everyone else is on something a little bit lighter. You want to use pace, but you need to give Zywo a chance to play into the round. Flamesy just missed throw right there. The molly.
Yeah, trying to boost him up, trying to catch him. It could work out. He's going to play it safe. Throws a block smoke mid and tucks in to join Bit on A. Clearly trying to demonstrate presence outside of A main.
Yeah, you want to force that rotation, but with this 3-2 setup that has been opted for right now in this cheeky off angle here on top of the box, Imma will not be pre-aimed here whatsoever. Well, the smoke dotted now towards E-box, so over towards B.
Oh, look, flash coming from LXC. They're going to clear out B main.
Mez is very passive with this. Oh, he might get caught in limbo. Here comes the flash.
He's got cover. Tucks in, relays the information, and takes ahead. Makaze's dead. Wonderful, very quick pivot, and knows that they're going to try and scope up in towards E-box. Swinging in, Zywo unable to track him. It's mid the focus. Imma and Bit have set this up. The trap up on the boost. I say that as he actually drops off as they start to commit. He knows he's got to be nimble, but goes down. Comfortable frag for Robs. It's Bit for the multi. Can't provide some damage. Heavy damage inflicted. This one, an interesting lay of the land.
Yeah, it might be over before it even gets started here. Alexi and Wonderful having a conversation over towards CT spawn. So they want to go fishing, see if there's an overstep. They've got a kit, but no smoke. And there you have it, all right.
Ooh, considering the timeout, the financial implications of the investment.
Mezzy does very well there, doesn't he? Under a lot of pressure, the flashes come through. He's having to calm that and focus on the crosshair. Gets one done, but you know the flashes came through in 2 players peak, so a lot of information. And then Imma, it looked good, right? But at that point, he's no longer playing for info anymore, thinking they're going to rejig the setup because of that exchange. And we go tit for tat again, so 5-4. Wonderful good drop, and that'll go into the hands of Makazi. Everybody else should be able to buy. Bit has 4.6, Ima has 4.3.
And Blade's got his thinking face on.
Yeah, it's just right now a bit of an arm wrestle, but again, if you're NAVI, 4-round CT side, it's not terrible, right? If you're able to get one more, you'll be happy with that. And the drop-off couldn't come at a worse time. It's turn to call the timeout. There's a chance there, right? Bit could have gone massive.
Truly.
He gets that frag. The player's low. He mops it up, and they're able to stand tall. Just because of this pattern of rounds, right, neither team has any loss bonus. That's why we're having to see these saves. If you want to have something to contend with, you're going to have to keep holding on to your guns. But we've only got a handful of rounds remaining in this half.
And after electing to start on the T side, I imagine Vitality are hoping for the lion's share.
So he's got the Insta E-Box lined up, and away we go. As he gets it out of his hands this time. Dissuade any early peeks out the hole. Take a look early, prepare to react, and then drop back into a bit more of a standard setup, a 2-1-2.
So many nade juggles going on for this T side.
It's just so confident on both sides of what the others are doing, right? That's your opponents.
Yeah, that's the meta game within this game.
Flash forward, mid-space again. 3 players here to deal with this.
Ima, forward position. Powerful angle, they're baiting him in as well. Ima goes swinging, can't find it. Bit will at least combine to keep it a level trade. Rob spamming smokes, wonderful returns fire, but the Tracers betray him. That was an ugly exchange on A for NAVI.
So you know the mid player's dead, and the rotator's dead. Group up, hit the site together.
It's a wide open site, Chad, you were talking about it.
Yeah, B's evacuated. It might just have to be another save for NAVI.
He's seen enough. And the red carpet rolled out for Vitality's 6th round. Makaze will have a look, do some light investigations into the retake ability.
Alexi's here. Bit looked like he was going to be on his way. Are they going to call this one off? Yep, all right, well, more of this.
Bare minimum for your T side of Anubis reach, 6.
I'm just questioning what NAVI are going to opt for here, right? Because Alexi and Makazi will both be able to drop M4s, but it does mean they're going to be lighter in the util department. So do you want to just partial behind this 3 saves? It's a good tip.
That's a hydro homie if ever I saw one.
Well, it's getting dry out there at the moment with the tone of this game.
NAVI are going to need some water for all the salt if they do not find another round on the CT side.
Yeah, okay, so they've just gone for the partial, right? They're going for a full gun round for the final round of the half. So this one, sure, there's still chances. Those 3 saved guns. A little bit of util. Going to need some individual output to win this one.
Yeah, well, we know Bit is capable in the individual department. He's also got his AK-47. Will turn the flash. It's a Rops versus Bit standoff. There's another flash to set him up. Bit versus Rops. Again, dipping his toe in that water. It's Makaze, this forward position, ready to flick down. Catches Apex for an opening.
Okay, that's a B defender. I might accelerate them into that site.
And we're considering it. Flamesy's bringing the bomb over there now.
Lots of util for the finish, but the stack is back in place. They looked a little bit jittery, but have rotated back in time.
Ooh, opportunity for Zywoo, easy frag onto Wonderful. He wanted answers, instead he gets an AWP bullet in his ribcage. Rob's arriving, Alexi B preoccupied, he's going to be exposed to Rob's, the back turn, call on the quick switch, doesn't matter, and sight taken. It's just Makaze they've got to get past, hiding out behind the side smoke.
It's here as well. He's got a flash. It's in the air.
The play. Yeah, Robs is not going to be blind, but there's one onto Mez. He can't find the second. Great covering fire from Robs. Now Bit's turn. Sweeps on through. Flames it, gets the information safely. Now Robs peeks in. Good adjustment, but there's Flames.
Oh, those jiggles are so annoying. The bomb goes down. The first thing Flames does is jiggle that plat, gets the info, and then they all just focus fire. So 7 rounds to Vitality. Can they make it 8? And they haven't really had a gear shift in terms of anything quite pacey and in your face. Wonderful right now. He wants to get across before the smoke comes in, and he's removed from play. Wants to be with his teammates. They can group up. Maybe he can get a rifle if one of his fellow comrades goes down. He gets core, and that's what makes it the 4v4, so that one sucks. So we're going for an A-main pick real fast.
This is a really quick AWP peek. Bit hears that. Takes a heavy nade damage. It's actually wonderful Zorb that's managed to remove Robs. Smoke break on E-Box. Apex continues his walk in. A contact walk. He's got support from Alexi. Bit spotted on sight. Molotov's going to make his life miserable. Dips away. Backup brigade has arrived. Couple of limp flashes. He's eaten that, and there's Imet. No trade potential on that from Apex. It's a 3-on-5. NAVI to end this half with at least their 5th, unless Saiwu keeps getting shots like that. Catches Immer over the top of the smoke. They've still got Mezzi as a bit of a lurk outside B.
So I was hanging around looking for another. If anyone comes begging for questions towards Heaven. The smokes oscillate. Does he get a chance? Mezzi's starting to float over now. And it's Navi the ones looking for answers. Grouping up towards middle once more. Mezzi very late to this, but he does have a smoke. Zywoo has util as well. Camera smoke, Heaven smoke, get a molly in towards backside or bricks, and away you go.
Here it comes. They've abandoned Bit. That cut of noise has put it all onto his shoulders here. Rotation swift. And swings on in for nothing. Mezzi, clean headshot, covers Flames as he gets the bomb down. Now Zywoo responsible for camera. Alexi B trying to get through. And it's Alexi B that finds the headshot. Oh, so does Wonderful. Just Zywoo in the clutch, can't hit it. NAVI 5, Vitality 7. Is there more to Anubis? Is the 3rd map required? Can NAVI beat this team? Team Vitality live from Atlanta versus NAVI. Vitality in pursuit of a semi-final upon the conclusion of this second map of our quarter. NAVI are trying to take a map off of Vitality for the first time since Cologne 2024.
That feels like a lifetime ago, and that's the same with Vitality and those top 4 placements. 477 days ago was the last time they couldn't achieve that. Like a Blaster Bounty Season 1 to kick off 2025, but here we find ourselves on the pursuit of Cologne, the major right around the corner, and we're looking for weaknesses in the world number 1.
Anubis allegedly one of them.
The games are close. Let's see if this one delivers in the same capacity. 4 sets of Kev and Flames with a smoke and a kit. A whole lot more U2 invested upon for NAVI in this one. And quite a staunch defense over towards A. The bomb outside B. It's on the back of Wonderful. There's no clear commitment as Zawu is calling mid completely clear. Wonderful starting to line up some U2 as Makazi also wants to help flush out E-Box with that molly.
Temple smoked, obscures Zywu's view. He'll respect it for now.
Is this a fake or is there commitment? They're not getting any resistance right now. They might want to head in. Bomb starting to float back. Flamesy, Apex, and Rops also getting a little bit jittery. They're rotating away. Bomb has headed back. They're going to try and plant this one on the site. Makazi, he'll be tasked with that.
They have the retake package on Flamesy. Another smoke for Temple. This one heavily favoring NAVI, surely at this point. Sure, smoke and kit. A first headshot could start the House of Cards tumbling.
They got to get to the bomb first.
They're just about rocking up now. Makaze hidden on the pillar. Feels good for NAVI. Feels great if they can find the first. Apex gone, and another Makaze catches the smoke, pushes clean. It's spotless. It's exactly what NAVI needed.
Yeah, just a blender there. Really a tempered approach, in no rush, felt it out, didn't find resistance, suspected a stack, and they were right. Stuff from NAVI there, picking up both pistols. We'll see a Vitality 4 start to take shape, but this is just way too easy, isn't it? The smoke skittles in, but there's no flash. There's nothing to make that a possibility. Just locking them down and finding the fire. You just got to get past this one and you can take the lead. A couple of MP9s, 2 Deagles, and a 5-7 for Zawu. These are the rounds you have to win if you want to put Vitality away. Four-man silent crawl middle. No eyes on, just Zawu playing jiggle smoke defense from camera.
High alert now. Vision obscured. Alexi B bunny hopping his way into the Temple flank. Forces a adaptation from the CT setup. Wonderful in spawn.
Somewhat considered.
Yeah, Mezzi's ready for this. Spots the shoulder, does not hit that immediate headshot.
It could pivot back towards A. They don't have to commit with this.
They're feeling so much pressure though. NAVI clamping from every angle. You got Bit holding out for any of those A rotators. It's Zawu and Rob's trapped on that side of the map. They'll triple swing though. Good from Makaze. Support from Wonderful for 2. Easy headshot. Zawu goes down the A side of the map. Then Ima activates onto Apex.
Okay, that's nice from NAVI.
Really?
Trenched themselves in enemy territory. Vitality, they feel like they have to make a move, and they run into a tight choke point. Sure, that's where they have the pistols and the SMGs. But NAVI are set up for that, and they will be able to tie things up 7 apiece. Inferno is the third and decider of this one. But the victory being, as you mentioned, if NAVI can just pick up a map, that's going to build some confidence, right? They've been getting closer. There's been a couple of the maps this year. Right? This is the 4th time they've faced up. There have been blowouts. 2 grand finals, 1 quarterfinal. Will make it 2 now here in IEM Atlanta. And taking a map off. A lot of teams struggle to do that in Vitality's era. Vitality want to join that. Sorry, NAVI want to join that list. All right, Rops gets to hold on to his dig, his head armor.
Sasha the Smashers in the building.
He's giving you a wave.
think that's what the kids are calling aura.
He's got plenty of that, but it's the partial.
Titans on that B defense. Makaze into E-box.
3 players here.
His armored pistols. Only a couple of them.
Team flash there, poor timing.
Gets a bit clunky, doesn't it?
And B main smoked off. They're rotating away now. ZywOo's up to bat.
ZywOo on this flank is everything. Alexi B, good awareness. Had the gun on. It's information that they are vacating.
It's just a race right now. They should be able to get into A, no issues.
Yeah, there's no one there. Flames is going to be the first man on the scene. Has to get across this midline, though. Alexi B has drawn the line in the sand. What are you supposed to do? You go off a flash, and comfortable. Alexi, pick him up, pick him off, and seize control of the A site.
All right, well, Rops and Apex may as well try and do a little bit of damage here, see if they can find themselves an upgrade or just force some rebuys for teamwork. Regardless of the disadvantage there and back, Apex goes down.
It's a very well-tempered approach from NAVI. Nothing felt rushed, nothing felt compromised or hurried.
They're being allowed so far to play at their own pace, but when the guns come in, that's where the questions will need to be answered. Rops again, last man standing. He's going to get nothing for his troubles. Flawless. No kit for Vitality in this one.
They'll have to stop him from getting it down.
3-1-1 with the setup. Rops, solo, A, ZywOo middle. The other 3 over towards B. Do they have a move in mind, or are they just expecting it to be an early play into the B site? They're getting the bomb on wonderful outsiders. Alexi goes through the motions for the mid space. While he's back to the doors. ZywOo doesn't really feel too much pressure as a nade. Square on the dome there of Makaze, brought down to 63. Another one through the window. Makaze feeling the flak damage.
Oh, there could be number 3. Apex even has it. Keeps hold of it for now. Immer throwing out the util. Is this just a double pump? There's 2 smokes in the sky. Ready for that second wave. A counter nade incendiary package sent towards the E-box will force Makaze away.
Still stubborn towards B. Imma's gotten across. They'll get multiple angles to pick into B in a moment's time.
HP, not a single bullet has found Makaze, just HE grenades stacked on top of each other.
I think this is all posturing, though. And maybe they're right. Wonderful starting to cheat back. 40 seconds.
Rops has ZywOo in support. Alexi B already forging a path through middle. It seems the bomb's going that way too. Gonna try and synchronize with Bit Makaze through A main. This is the finish.
They hear them coming.
Pressure is applied. ZywOo ready, gun on, spots Alexi, controls his spray. Trade from Wonderful is superb. An opportunity, but they've got to get this bomb down. They've got to get past Rops. He started strong onto Makaze. The bomb, 13 seconds. There's Bit with 1, but the bomb's lost. 10, that should be a round ender right there. The nade from Flamesy securing it.
Oh, felt like the story of the round was the HEs.
Truly.
So much damage done to Makaze. Never easy to try and get that space, but copped it at every turn. MS saves. They got plenty of cash. Wonderful can bring out the AWP.
An American pantomime.
It's going to be second timeout from Blade. Definitely a lot of mental warfare in the server right now, just with this tempo and tone. I think there's so many expectations of responses or reactions to map control. but it is or isn't going the way that they were hoping for.
Rivals, Rio, Rotterdam. Every time they meet this team. It's been close, sure. This one in particular starting to shape up nicely for NAVI at 8-8, but Vitality CT side has just got its first round. Is this aggression? Flashes for Robs. He's not necessarily swinging on the first. He will go out on the second for a quick glance. It's Flamesy as well out window.
This will slow down the default, right? The fact that they've done this on a second timing. So now we have two choices. Let's react somewhere else, or we'll wait it out and take the space back later. They apply a bit of pressure towards B, but they know that mid becomes the weakness. Both teams on their CT sides seem to have had a lot of room to move within these mid rounds. I'm still down outside middle. 55 seconds. Looks like Alexi heading back to pick that up. Wonderful, waiting for a reaggress. Smoke will fade to camera. It should be coming in a moment.
Yeah, we hear it comes. Wonderful has been primed and ready for this swing from Flamesy. Shoulder spotted, Orb connects. Zaiwu up to bat versus Makaze, staying nimble though on the spray, commits to it. Has Alexi low, and now Mezzi's eating flashbangs. Needs another, it's Robs that steps up to the plate. Supportive flash work from Mezzi. He's actually rotated over towards A as well. Apex has got the headshot, he's got them both clean from Vitality's captain.
Game's playing at a really odd tempo. Right, both of these teams are giving each other so much respect in certain situations, waiting for those reactions like I'm talking about. Then you get these spurts back and forth, and then, well, there's only 20 seconds left and there's no chance. Blade took a timeout for that, and they didn't get what they were looking for. Rob's under a lot of pressure here at the rotation. Miles away, and then Apex comes in and cleans house. It's not going to be the force for NAVI. It'll be a partial buy. So there's a couple of rifles in the mix. NAVI might want to do the same. Run and hide right now. This one's starting to have that familiar feeling. Can Vitality be the first to reach double digits? The buy is definitely in that favor, but you go back to Dust2, they lost a bunch of rounds to purchases like this.
See if NAVI can pull it off again.
Yeah, they've done a good job of putting Vitality off on their timings and tempo. There's a lot of cases where normally they'd have 3 strong and everyone would have their nades ready, their guns out, but they've been caught out in certain scenarios, and that could happen here again. The read of the situation for Apex, the stack is on the wrong side for now.
Congregate outside of B with the bomb, Alexi B.
They donate so many smokes to this B defense, both Apex and Mezzi with more smokes to deploy.
Ahead of this, Makaze's making his move. Supported by Bit. Apex dips away. He was committed to that corner. Somehow he gets away. Now they're swinging in. Apex loses control. Inmet provides an opening. Could get more. Flamesy onto Makaze though, and there's another double spray. Flamesy's on one. Bit in the clutch. 30 seconds. Bomb needs to be retrieved. Zaiwu has his cross back to bomb retrieval. It feels like it's said and done. Nice missed shot from the Orb. Gives him the freedom to pick up the bomb. The 22 HP, 1v2, and Rob's in tempo. He's going to walk straight into him. It's an open plant. A Hail Mary play. Robs doesn't play, but the nade does all the work. Flamesy, can we address how quickly he pieced together 3 there?
Yeah, that happened quick. Out of the smoke on rotation. Just smashes that attack. Apex was under a lot of pressure. Mezzi as well. Fortunate for the rotation. The bomb does go down. We knew they were going to be buying anyway, but that is going to help out a decent chunk.
Oh, they were just all doing the dance in the corner.
Flamesy saves the day. Just 3 more rounds now for Vitality to book that semi-final spot. A chance to take on Bet Boom.
Zaiwu tried something aggressive there, but he's just going to have to respect the util.
Oh,
Oh, we've lost Apex. Makaze punishes him for just a straight head-to-head aim duel. Now there's more friction in middle. It's Flamesy on the clawback. Okay, gets a bit keen. Swings in to try and find Bit as well, and it costs him his life. Advantage NAVI. You wouldn't expect another burrowed into middle like this, would you? Robs is counting on that.
They want to fight this in E-Box right now. They want info.
ZywOo's orb leads the charge. Bit backs away. Looks like they are going to retool for the open runway into A.
Money's not great on Flames. He's only got 600. This could just be another save, and NAVI did the same. The timing of this from Mezzy, he's going to be way too late to the party. Blade watches on, and Rops gets here, but is he in time?
Just in time to at least have a first fight. They're across his sight line. Worried about that lurk in middle, and Imma is there. Chunky nade onto camera position. Mezzy approaching from a main, looks for Alexi, finds it. That's an equalizing frag, bomb goes down. Clock starts to tick in Navi's favor. Imma activates, but he's distracted by the sound cues. He hurts ZywOo. Wonderful solid onto Rops. Picks up and retrieves the AK. Better for this. Grouped up towards heaven, it's Wonderful and Bit. Everything to play for. That clock ticking in your favor further. ZywOo swinging on in, trying to draw attention. The molly's great if he can get away. Good find from Wonderful. Just Mezzy in the clutch. He's going to try and stick it. There's no way. There's no way.
All right, NAVI. They get the crowd to make some noise there. Again, just these tempered approaches. Rops felt like he had threaded the needle in that moment. Imma would have been spewing if that round had gone against him. That one could have signaled the downfall.
This is that opening.
Yeah, playing ahead of the smoke. Makaze had to worry about the, oh, that's it. Apex just barely out of the smoke. Barrel spot. This one makes it all possible. And then Mezzy, he had a tough time finding it. Well, they didn't have a hard time finding him. This time, Vitality's money's on the line.
Mezzy wants to go aggressive. He's postured towards B main. I think the smoke blocked. It's going to change their dialogue. Again, look at the space Makaze's got here. Walks into the B-bomb site. Vitality, nobody's home. Can't believe your eyes. Just need to get the bomb across. Imma confirms Mezzy's coordinates.
I think you have to save. I know it sounds crazy, it's a 5v5, but 1900 next round. They're going to tie up the game right here. If you go for this one and you lose everything, the bomb's already down, the clock's already ticking. You don't even have a kit. I think this is it. This is just such an odd game with the tempo and the tone. Easiest rounds at NAVI are going to win all game long. And they'll take that one. And Anubis on the CT side, we know it's a map where the CTs feel like they're forced into taking some risks. I understand the addition to the hole that makes some of these rotations a little bit swifter. A little bit of harass over to water a little bit earlier in the round, sure. Vitality, they gamble incorrectly. Nobody home even to really tell what was hitting that site. And NAVI, they've gotten away with one there, so we tie things up 10 apiece. It's only really mini streaks that we've had throughout this map. The most anyone's posted consecutively have been 3 straight rounds.
A crowd divided. Two teams inseparable.
Didn't really get a good idea if you're NAVI of what Vitality had in that last round to play. If they're saving, you have to assume they have something, but in terms of what they're actually equipping and bringing into this next one, well, they're not going to upgrade too much, right? Next round, the 2400 loss bonus, they'll be able to buy again. as we get back underway, but the round will not be as easy as that, NAVI. This one you're going to have to fight for.
Collision course set for this boost. He scopes up and dismounts.
Wonderful heads back to Swan, picks up the bomb. Second towards A again with this setup. It's two MP9s alongside the M4 of Rops. It's Mezzi and Zaiwu holding on to B, and Makazi, while he's back up to his usual pathing.
Mid-space gain from Alexi off the flash. Robs blocks A.
Yeah, only one smoke remaining now, that's on Apex.
It's not looking good for Flamesy and Robs. They're going to have to do it all on their own. The cavalry has completely departed. It will just be a 2-on-5 on this A crunch. Rob's tucked on that pillar. Molly's going to make things weird for him. Forced to just stand in the flames to try and deliver the multi. Unable to do so. Makaze goes down. And that's the end of the A site. That's got to be a NAVI round. Apex, just an MP9 versus Alexi's Galil. And Galil victorious.
Guide saved this all. Hold on to that M4. NAVI in post 11. It's the lack of exchanges early. There's no real spamming through smokes. You're not really seeing too much damage being done anyway. I understand with the type of buy, they don't have too many nades they can throw out, but that's the type of round you have the ult. Maybe you go for the triple boost towards A, you get the gap up towards T stairs. We did see earlier in the piece, NAVI were actually expecting, and I think I saw Makazi holding for it in an earlier round. So all these little tricks that you have to deploy.
NAVI in the lead, 2 away from securing something that has eluded them for years.
It's been an awfully long time. Now, Rops does the best he can here, right? Molly comes in, can't extinguish, just has to stand and bang, and you bang on, right? They have to deliver a multi-kill, or at least go 1-for-1 between the likes of Flamesy and Rops to give him a 3v3, a chance in the post plant. But you're just making so many assumptions at the moment. A lot of this is without any actual info off of the map. This is a full buy. They're ahead of that. Robs doesn't know. Makazi and Bit walking in, wanting to take this head-to-head.
Just going to flash and go. Robs has not got the smoke out at all. He can't block them. They are into A. He's done well. Catches the timing. Bit was looking towards camera, and Flamesy available as well.
Good molly.
It's going to make things difficult. HE as well to chase him down. The dunk, the double. Flamesy huge. Delivers what's required. Still wonderful, and Alexia kicking up a fuss. They aren't going to give this one up.
As he's still there.
Yeah, he's going to be in a prime position here. He can actually take B main and catch them on the cross to the bomb site itself, or just deny the plant. Alexi not to know that. There's he. Everything to do here, and nails it onto Alexi.
Saves one off. Now it's just wonderful in a 1v3.
What's he got? Other than the plant, he's got 3 targets encroaching on his position from 3 different access points. Rob's coming from the E-box side. That looks like Wonderful's going to go looking for trouble. Needs to try and find these duels on his own terms. You know Rob's catches these timings. That's what he's in the roster to do. Catch you with your back turned. You're looking somewhere else. Find Saiwu though. Wonderful. Can't find the fight. Robs arrives just in time, and we tie this game up once more.
Just felt that's been the constant words coming out of our mouth, just going tit for tat throughout. They get Zaiwu back his arm, they get that diffused through. No issues in the buy at all for NAVI. All 24 rounds coming your way again, but does this one have overtime, or is this one a NAVI victory? Can they push us to the 3rd? Or do Vitality clinch it and seal it? Book that semi-final slot.
Some great supportive util from Flamesy there.
Yeah, right. Once you know they're across fountain, you volley that off, you force them out, the nade just follows them, and then they swing with it. So extremely well done there. And then very tough for Alexi and wonderful. I know they needed to get out of dodge. His Blade, he burns his final tactical timeout. He's got them all in regulation. That one was a change of tempo, right? It wasn't a rush, it wasn't noisy, but it was a whole lot quicker, right? They beelined it as passively as possible, right? Just that silent slink in towards the side. Rops shaving that first one off the pack was great, right? Doesn't overextend, doesn't swing wide.
And sure, we talked about the fact that since Cologne 2024, NAVI haven't been able to take the map off of Vitality. Well, they have been close. Is it really going to be the same story? Every round of regulation, but still the L in the column. Or can NAVI flip the script? Bit early space.
Alexi, missed throw there. Fumbles like this, we'll see how much impact it has. Just means there's a little bit less pressure on Flamesy towards middle, but they are playing another one of these 2-3 setups. It's Rops and Flamesy in combination towards A. It's ZywOo, Apex, and Mezzi. I was going to say towards B, Apex. He started to rotate. A big move around the world. A lot of their stacks, though, it's felt like they've been in the wrong place. Well, Bit might get caught here.
Yeah, he's got this Molotov out. Just gets away. Just a scrap of health, but Bit allowed to escape. ZywOo sets up to succeed, finding Mikaze towards the E-box. Alexi B across the camera line, though, does open up avenues for a flank.
They have to know it's possible.
Wait,
Apex has the line.
Apex is perfectly positioned for this. Alexi didn't find the deep clear. Apex dips out. IEM at the unknown entity, maybe audible. ZywOo still focused on E-box. Mezzi relays the information. ZywOo has to account for this. Doesn't. Maybe Mezzi didn't. After all, now Wonderful can rock up with the bomb. They've just got Mezzi to get past the distraction shot. And now Destructive. Two clean entrances, looking good. It's just going to be Rops and Flamesy on the way back in.
They got a kit for this.
Okay, it really comes down to what Wonderful can get done. Partners up with him. Both of them with HE grenades in towards that E-box could be enough to find Robs. Well, he's not going to achieve anything. Wonderful seems destined to deliver this one here. Too easy. Finds it onto Flamesy. It's 12 NAVI. 1 away from doing it for the first time in 2 years. Showing that the bees bleed.
All right, well, it's going to be overtime at a minimum here, Vitality. Felt like that could have been heard, should have been heard. Mezzi was at least addressing the possibility. Apex posts up, gets one, drops off. ZywOo just sticking out like a sore thumb, no consideration for it. That gap, it must have been communicated. Emma with a massive double and Wonderful closing things down. It's a scrappy buy for round 24.
Back into the server. Last round of regulation.
Rops is fed up of giving this space over.
Yeah, but Bit's playing it passive this time. ZywOo doesn't pull the trigger on the flashbang. Trust Rops on his comms. Now they go on this second tempo. There's one final flash from Flamesy. Has to respect the Molotov thrown by Bit towards the rogue position.
And that flash has just gone out. So can't make the playoff for that. This one's going to feel damn good for NAVI.
It's theirs for the taking. Weaponry advantage. Vitality strung out. Repositioning. IEM has already made it across to the right side of main.
It's just Apex here. Again, Vitality don't know what's coming.
They're always in the wrong place. He's dead. Surely this is NAVI's for the taking. Apex with nothing. Empty hands and an empty bomb site. That's the hardest part. The bomb's going down already. A well-placed HE doesn't quite find its target. Wonderful firing off warning shots, but this is looking good. An ugly retake with no kit. NAVI to take it the distance. Mezzi falls. ZywOo's going to be their next victim. Walks up on that close wall. Strength in numbers, spots a flash of flesh. Wonderful's good for it, and we need a third. 2 years of waiting. NAVI have managed to fell Vitality, and it will be decided on that third map. Well, Bit and Wonderful keep their form up. Yanko says eyes on Makaze. Is it just a map win or is it something more? Let's find out together on Inferno.
First time we're seeing Vitality have an outing on Inferno throughout Atlanta. They played Dust2 Heaps, some Mirage, Nuke, Anubis, and Overpass. They had to play Inferno. Banana control with 5, Zawu at the half wall. Apex flashes at the ready, Flamesy with a smoke, Mezzy with a molly, and Rops has 1 too. Very defensive setup right now from NAVI. No early information middle, nothing Banana. Just waiting to react to the onslaught that's about to knock on this B door.
Double Molotov go. Flamesy parting forward, ball. Nice flash, counter, perfect God flash. Connection, wonderful, sensational! Shut down!
Keeping up that form. Coming into this, Zawu, wonderful. The 2 highest rated players for either team, and both have been locking horns throughout. Wonderful kicking things off in style. This is the 3rd straight T-side start for Vitality, and they're not going to get out the blocks early. They have been stunted, the bomb doesn't go down, and we know what that means, the full eco to follow, but that is a thing of beauty from the Ukrainian sniper. The map record now 22-2, the series record at 9-0. That could change right here, right now. Not only that, Vitality, they were looking to do the same as last year. They win this one, it would have been 6 consecutive trophies. Well, hold up, they've still got a couple of games to go, but they locked themselves in as the heavy favorites if they did take down NAVI. Now that's a conversation. The top 4 streak, sure, they don't care about it, but the history books do. Opportunity to make it 22 consecutive. Up for debate now. And this run has been rocky, the desk highlighting the lack of practice short. But for NAVI, regardless of how they get there, unlocking the mental, knowing that now it is more than possible. With the major right around the corner. What could that mean? Well, these Glocks, they sprint into action. This should just be a farm fest. 40 seconds remain. They will need to.
They've achieved their goal. They wanted to bait out some util and have done so with some steps.
Yeah, we saw Rops on Dust2, right? They iced him out, and that was with the Deagle. I don't think this time they're going to put themselves in a scenario where anybody is staying alive, as Apex is the first one picked apart. Bit back at Pit. 4 in hand, and well, we should be able to just get one. His teammates, they chip in and steal the Eeks. CT setup, we'll see Makaze and Alexi partnered over towards Beat. Emma has that rotating rifler, and there we go. The crowd's made some noise. Finding themselves late in the piece. It felt like this one was going one way. Now we're on, and okay, that is an early timeout. Blade not looking like the happiest of man. Maybe they went off script after the chat outside, but we're only 2 rounds deep.
That is such a Blade time to timeout. Like, you're 2-0 up, everything's been smooth. He must have heard something he didn't like the sound of, and yeah, gesticulating off the storm.
It's so smooth that Vitality yet to get a kill, right? So things couldn't be going better at the moment for NAVI.
And curiously, it's an opportunity for Vitality to, you know, return an extra 30 seconds. Xtaz chips in.
Well, Blade was just spurting something, and Bit was laughing. So maybe it was more about the vibe than it is about the call. Either way, atmosphere looks good for NAVI.
Maybe even just a check-in, like, boys, you've got exactly what you wanted. Pistol conversion, CT start, third man.
Essentially the bonus, right? These MP9s carried through. There's M4s in the mix. No one's upgraded into a kit. Let's see if that comes back to bite them.
Mezzy on that early fight. Looking for a tussle. Retake util here from Makaze. Imma jiggling for info. Into the blind spot, they find Alexi, but there's Imma. Quick to the trigger. As he goes down, thought he had Alexi booked. Oh, it's risky from Apex.
I can't believe he's just done that.
It is ambitious, isn't it?
All right, well, they're going to reset now. They've been smoked off, just picking up extra nades, but still quite brazen, just in front of NAVI. The A defense is the Ukrainians, wonderful. Over towards Moto, a bit tucked in the back of Pit. And both of them still have some nades. Vitality, you don't want to say they're floundering right now, but they're definitely needing to come up with a new plan. Long smoke, second time deployed. Wonderful now tucks into sight. They're giving up the long wrap, not expecting that to happen with about 40 seconds left. Flamesy leaving Banana to join the rest of the team, and Alexi starting to make his way over towards Speedway.
Let's see what Wonderful and Bit can
25.
get done. They're smoked off. Alexi B's going to struggle to contribute unless he goes running through that smoke. He will. Ima throws the flash. 18 HP as he leaps to his demise. It's Bit onto Zywoo. That bomb needs to go down. 14 seconds as Wonderful puts the bomb on the floor. Just Robs remains. NAVI to take the first gun round here in the third map.
Solid hold, a little bit dicey, sure, but the man advantage always going to make things easy. Interesting little move there from Vitality, just trying to walk into B contact like that. They're the ones who get caught. Sure, Alexi, he takes first contact, needs Ima to come to save the day to find that opening kill. From there, they stay steady. And only 2 casualties as he basically catches that nade. Great little hold here in the side. They just mow them down on their way in. Has to be a partial for Vitality. Really yet to get going. Damage done to Bit and Makazi early. They still have Banana control, that's all theirs. And a couple of smokes, a flash and a HE remaining for Vitality, and we still have a minute 25 on the clock, so no clear indication of where they want to go, but they might just have to wait out the early protocol nades. Mid's been smoked, deep Banana. NAVI clearly believing.
I mean, the desk discussed it as well. Counter-Strike, a mental game. When you finally buck the trend.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Hang on. That's a crazy headshot provided by Flamesy.
That's an empty bomb site.
It is an empty bomb site, yes. They're going to work that out real quick. Diligence from Flamesy. Alexi B going swinging in to try and be a disruptive force, but gets nothing for his troubles, apart from Flamesy flying into his face. What a crazy turn of events to get Vitality a bomb planted in round 1.
You got to wonder, is that a pre-fire as he's coming up half wall right there? He's just spamming away with that Tech 9, smashes Makazi's head open, and then Alexi tries. We've had a lot of this throughout this series, right? These teams, when they know they have a financial advantage, they're taking these saves, they're not risking the money early. That's going to give them more gun rounds the longer this goes on. There's been an awful lot of saves, especially on the CT sides. And this is no exception to that in the early stages. So NAVI,
I mean, that's such a gift to Vitality as well. Flamesy has given them a way into this third map by virtue of a flying Tech 9 perfect first bullet headshot onto a jumping Makaze.
he did take a little bit of that earlier chip damage right for the HE, but otherwise just the bullet to the dome, and thank you very much. The question is it just going to be individual heroics that get Vitality across the line, or is this going to look well polished? Well, imagining what we've seen, probably not. Has the luck changed from the first game of the day? Oof.
Yeah.
Just spamming away.
I think Makaze is going to have a pretty good excuse in VOD review.
I think this just Flames full blind. Unloads, Alexi goes down, can't cause that chaos. Wonderful.
Okay. A different approach for the early Banana Biff. He's aiming for just the headshot. It's not an easy shot, but it's what he can hit. Stunning start to round 5 from Wonderful.
And it's on to Zywoo, 0 and 4. He had a slow start on Dust2.
Oh, and he's not done! A second! Racked up from the sniper, finds him. Flamesy with the rebuttal.
Robs has taken a lot of space right now. He's top mid, he's tucked into the pocket. Can hear the rotations from this point, but Bit looks wary that this is a possibility. You can see there the bullet highlighted through the tippy of that wall.
Wonderful 10-1. They finally brought him down. Will they convert around? Bit doesn't seem to think so. Can't find the follow-up. Apex good for the trade.
Just him here.
Yeah, they're going to wrap. Flamesy coming in from that short side, going to flush him out with the flames. Apex, you've got it all to do now. Not comfortable at all. Alexi B from Makaze from the B side of the map. Hiding out behind that smoke, and Apex trying to come up clutch, but his back is turned, and Makaze feasts.
Oh, wonderful. He's playing out of his skin right now. A lot of questions about NAVI, right? Okay, we know that this team has good structure. We know that Blade's there to bring the strats. Makaze comes into the roster for JL.
Ooh. So much spicier without the X-ray on.
The second one was beautiful as well. Emma, this had to be instant, didn't it? You give Flamesy a chance. They're in that side. It's a 2v2. And you can see they're feeling it, getting pumped up now. An awful lot of major winners in the server today. I know what it takes to be champs.
And ZywOo, like we discussed, 0-4. He actually stayed for the full 10 minutes between maps, just shooting AFK NAVI players in spawn. Trying to keep that hand warm.
He's got the head. Oh, he's just been knifed in spawn.
Oh my
ZywOo has
God.
just been knifed in spawn.
They're helping out NAVI.
We know it's been tough for Vitality. It's not the team we've come to know and love, and we can understand why.
Yeah, it certainly lacks a little bit of the polish we've grown accustomed to. But haven't seen Vitality stabbing each other in the back accidentally.
You're going through some of the matches in the group stages, right? There's some missed utility. There's some clunky moments. And that's continued onto the stage.
Is there going to be more where that came from? Makaze finding Apex in a response through the wall. Does tag up IEM. Unconfirmed damage to one of the three on B.
This one's brewing now, isn't it?
It is. It certainly is. Now, it is just wonderful bit. Robs and Flamesy are both together. Often it's just Robs. The fact that Flamesy's beside him gives them some additional trade potential. Flamesy reveals his position off the flash.
Yeah, well, right now, Apex is able to be the puppet master from the grave, sure, but I think this is still so tough, right? They're very static. They're waiting for NAVI to play. Right? Vitality aren't the ones setting the tone.
Here comes the play. Ahead of the flashbang, Makaze dry swing finds Mezzi.
Now it's save or force into A, right? This is it. And it looks like they're just scrambling. They're trying to pick up this bomb.
Oh, it's clunky.
Finally found it, but I think they're just going to hold on to their guns.
Is that really the best option?
This is an out of sorts looking Vitality right now. They've been rattled.
And quite the opposite, right? We talk about confidence. NAVI are brimming with it right now after Anubis.
Just with the way things have been flowing, sure, they've given up one opening kill, but that was a bit of a miracle, the one that Flamesy held on that Tech 9. Otherwise, you can't got a couple.
You can't copy and paste that. You can't say, yeah, could you do that again, please?
And that's what I mean, right? If it's going to be individual heroics, then someone different round after round needs to step up for Vitality to get this one going. But it feels like one of those games where it might just have to be that. Quick patch of rounds again.
Okay, Xtaz, what have you got?
Being able to find a contribution when your team, you know they're not playing their best Counter-Strike, but it doesn't matter. You're in the server right now. The outcome isn't going to change either way. It's about finding a way to get them to draw into what's next, right? We're clearly not playing our A game, but can we get past on our B, C, or D game, right? And if we can, well, how are we going to get there?
And they have done that time after time. How many tournament wins or, you know, exit interviews, or well, definitely not exit interviews,
I think
but
Fort Worth is the one, right? That one then coming into this.
Yeah.
This is where they're not on vacation, but we all know it's about the ESL Grand Slam. They picked that up. The next focus is the major. All right, well, the timeout has concluded. This time, ZywOo hasn't been knifed.
That's nice.
How much longer can this go on for? It doesn't even matter that the loss bonus is maxed out into the next. It's just a lack of plants, a lack of damage. We're talking 6 kills in total in 6 rounds of play.
NAVI have kept Vitality under their thumb. Chunky nade onto Apex's face. Wonderful burned away. They will take the banana control.
Still 3 here for the defense.
Well, that nade's got Flamesy. Avoids the majority of the damage. So Car under Vitality's control. Apex holding a flash for Flamesy's call.
The hell with this mid-info. Like, Imma's playing over towards Trash right now. He can have intermittent jiggles clearing it if he wants. Otherwise, the stack is in the right place, and this looks deadly.
Yeah, it looks perfect, doesn't it, with Wonderful on the line. Ooh, if he was to double nade, Wonderful's going to die to the first. It's perfectly positioned. Opening with the HE. Wonderful on his head. Apex has provided the opening kill.
Odd flash.
It worked for them in the pistol. This Makaze with an AK-47, he can achieve great things. That one-shot headshot. Perfectly primed and ready. Transfers for number 2. Mezzi down. No trade. No! You can't stop Makaze! Just Siwu remains. The corpses of Vitality litter the B-bomb site. Navi's individuals firing.
I was hanging around. He could lose this after time here. Spotted now, jiggle down. He can't hit the shot, and Zywo's going to go down. Surely they just run at him. Surely they take this after time. Zywu has 250 bucks. This Vitality team.
What an unfamiliar feeling this must be.
Well, they've only lost to 2 teams all year. One was BetBoom in the group stage. The other has been that of Falcons.
Navi making a very strong case to add their name to that list.
This is it, right? They have won 5 consecutive titles. They're not even dropping maps in playoffs until right here, right now. And look at the vibe in the Navi camp. Here they come again.
It's a fight. Apex 1, Siwu's Deagle finding IEM Atlanta does give them the leg up.
Lexi's still here. They know that. Sentry, half wall. You don't just want to brave through this. Rotation from Bitter will be there in time.
A lot of faith on Wonderful on the A side of the map. Well, IEM and Makaze live to regret their aggressive venture.
It's interesting, right? Bit, look at the radar. He's burrowed in back of B. He's not playing active. He's giving them the space. And then Alexi's going over towards A to join Wonderful. With the low HP and Bit with the AK, I wouldn't put it past him being able to get a multi at a minimum.
Makaze's had his moment. Wonderful's on. And Bit's been having one hell of a series.
Well, they can smoke CT and coffins. It's just how much can Bit do? He knows they're coming now.
1 man versus 4 of Vitality. Eyes locked, fixated on the crosshair, forced to relocate by the incendiary, and he's the one that's on fire! 2 clean headshots, Flamesy finally falls. Bit's gone down and we can get that bomb planted. This still not a certain conversion.
It's faded.
Wait, it's faded. He's just going to be sitting in the open. Alexi P's pulled out the incendiary, a chance for Wonderful to block, and now awkward for Flamesy, they go down! Bit does enough! He was alone, isolated on the site, he gets his 2, and a comfortable retake for Wonderful and Alexi. It goes from bad to worse.
As soon as Mezzi repaused for the plan, he's realized it's fading and he's committed. They do the right thing, which is the double swing, but they put themselves in a tough position. Mezzi 0 and 7.
Oh, Wonderful survives as well with some gymnastics.
Yeah, Flamesy's doing the most for the team right now.
But they got such hunger on their faces.
We know that this means a lot to NAVI, this type of a victory.
Ahead of the big one. To show you can beat the big bad, it would be phenomenal for NAVI and their chances. Another season end with silverware.
They're taking nuance out of this. I think they're just turning this into an A-set piece.
Okay, a change of pace. Immat relays, Bit, sound is asked by Siwu. There's Mezzi as well, and the individuals finally both connecting for Vitality in unison.
You're just wondering, is this going to be way too late? It's already 7 rounds to NAVI. Likely to just see that save again. A handful of rounds to be played from here on out. They want to make sure they're fully strapped to contend with all of them. Alexi, Makaze, how wonderful though they are heading over. It's not in Vitality's best interest to go for the hunt. They know that. But they've been sloppy across all areas. Maybe this is one they can find another way in. even just some damage being done. You've got the finances where you can take a risk, see if you can take a couple down with you. Force out those rebuys. Just said Mezzi 0 and 7, he gets on the board.
An impactful one as well.
Blade again. Oh, we lost a second round. Better take a timeout.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's make sure that we are going to run away with the rounds in this half. Look, you do the hard work in this one. Makes your T-side a whole lot easier. They're ahead in the pistol department, currently 3-2 and only 1 to play. And that tide has shifted. 3 straight. With Anubis now into Inferno.
I think he's sitting right behind you. How much of a return to form could Vitality find in the remaining 3?
Well, as I said, right, they took the nuance out of it. They didn't default.
Yeah.
They weren't playing a reaction game. It was, let's just do a set piece. So is there more of that? Right now, the complexion of the default says this is more standard. Hefty nade. Still takes the space, does Mikaze.
Still pushes down. Haven't seen this one. Pressure applied on the A side simultaneously. Oh, will that flash catch Mikaze? It does. Doesn't
cleared.
Spam. Doesn't spam. Oh, now they know. Now they know. No support. Alexi B's a mile away. They'll find the opening cleanly. Alexi B dumps his util to block. Still has his smoke and will hold on to it. The bomb's still T-ramp, so no commitment imminent.
And no rotation. Bit, Wonderful, and Emma. They're calling top mid clear. They might want to fight this to see if they can catch him in the choke. Banana blocked. And Rops is hearing this. He'll call the just called top mid clear. Wonderful rotates over now. He's got a couple of flashes to assist Alexi B. Now Flames is rotating back to join Apex and Rops on the A side. It's just Bit. 40 seconds.
They're going to leave Zywoo, just see if he can create a little bit of chaos. See if he can find anything here. The flashbang, wonderful, easy pickup. He sets himself up for that.
If we're given the site right now, Bit's playing long side. There's nobody pier, there's nobody site. They just need to get in.
And they will. Just out of the balcony and before Imer arrives, he's going to spot Robs looking the wrong way. Finds the kill, gets away. Advantage NAVI. And still no bomb planted. Bit has this fight, easy as you like. Mezzi goes down, it's gonna get ugly. A 2-on-4 for Apex and Flamesy, or this scoreline will extend in Navi's favor. They got the numbers, surely that's gonna be enough here. Flamesy would have to do something sickening. Apex to distract, bit of a crossfire, there's a flank on the smoke walk, there's a chance. Nice from Flamesy and Apex, they're doing it. 2-on-4 goes 1-on-1. Apex has pulled it off.
Wow. It's not pretty, but it counts. That'll be number 3.
Hey, see, Vitality just don't have the flow of the game. Those posts have carried on from Anubis. They're just getting caught off guard. Like Rops right there. How often do you see him just sticking out in the middle of nowhere? This is Vitality really having to scrap hard, but Apex, the in-game leader, steps up, not with the calls, but with the gameplay.
That's everything. Round 11 and can't control.
Chucks a hefty nade.
The half will smoke and in a second Incendiary's coming. Things are going to get awkward for Mezzi. Real awkward, real quick. Ouch. 31 to work with. Alexi B similarly impaired.
Yeah, put a lot of pressure on the B defense though. This is forced up a decent chunk of util. But fact finding on the other side of the map. Bit and Wonderful. Burrow in and Bit's going to take a chance.
That's what Robs is hoping for. Burrows into Boiler, anticipating something more aggressive.
Is Apex going to be ready for this?
Don't think so. How's his clears? Apex still ready. Nails the headshot onto a bit, but would he have done that alone is the question. It's just Wonderful and Immel on either side of the site. Oh, wow! Catches Saiwu just as the smoke plumes, and now Mezi caught walking. It's an advantage NAVI. More from Wonderful, really? How's he done that? Take a bow, son! Flamesy on it to win it. Wonderful's 3K, surely not for nothing. Not in vain. Mikaze on the short side. Flamesy's got 2 to worry about. Pivots for the balcony approach. This could make all the difference. Mikaze ensures it. Back turn, booked, and Wonderful needs an extra firm handshake if they can convert more.
Yeah, show us number 3 right there. Off the top row, pierces the skull. Apex gets him the entry. The site feels like it's about to fall, and Wonderful
First one's nasty.
just takes a pot shot through the smoke onto Zaiwu again. Molly comes in, forces him out of pit. This is under pressure, and this is beautiful, Apex. Thanks for coming. You've had your ticket punched. Well, Wonderful's the best player in the server right now, no doubt about that. Zaiwu Palin in comparison, 4 and 8 compared to 15 and 4. And Wonderful has that impact throughout. Pistol round, he kicked off the show. He wants to finish it. 8's a guarantee. How's 9 sound? A recovery of a 7-5, that would have sat nicely.
Bit has committed to the balcony position.
Apps pop.
And Wonderful in library. And he's going to be able to help.
Ibba's in pit playing anti. They've booked this. They have booked
They're in
this.
the perfect position. Bit even extends. He drops down. It's a perfect setup. Oh, and Vitality shredded to pieces. NAVI so close to the realization, the elimination of Vitality.
It is a livelihood down here in Atlanta. The Intel Extreme Masters thoroughly underway now into the playoffs themselves. How you doing, friend? Where are you from?
I'm from Idaho, all the way up in the north. Doing fantastic. Love the game.
Did you drive here? How'd you get here?
We flew, thankfully, we drove to Dallas last year. That was a trip.
Exhausting, is it not?
Yeah, it was a day and a half.
Dare I ask who you're a fan of?
Out of everybody here, Vitality. Love me some Apex.
I love to hear it. Sometimes they need a little love too. Hey, you enjoy yourself. Where are you from, homie?
So I'm from Arizona. He's my friend. He's from Seattle. He's from LA and he's from Boston. We all flew in here today.
Hello, guys. Boys trip or what?
Oh yeah, it's a boys trip. Yeah, but we came here to watch this game.
Nice.
Came here to watch this tournament. Yeah.
So, who did you want to see win this game?
NAVI, man, NAVI. Simple. NAVI, of course.
You know, he was just here. He was standing over there a minute ago.
Yeah. I love Simple, man. He's my everything, and I wanted to meet him.
Nice. A little bit of a house divided so far. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So far, Vitality, then a little NAVI, and an Astralis fan has appeared. Magically. Where are you from? Where are you from?
Tennessee, man.
You drive over here?
Yes, we did.
What part of Tennessee?
Johnson City.
All right, I hear you. Look, so you've got the Astralis thing going on, but what's the big message you want to send today?
Fuck Apex. That's the message we want to send today.
And on that note, I think it's been decided.
NAVI all the way. Let's go.
What do you think about continuing players playing against each other in these video games?
There were whispers, there was conversation about maybe NAVI finally being able to convert a map win versus Vitality for the first time since 2024. We thought maybe the floodgates open, maybe the confidence starts to brim, and if that first half is anything to go by, I'd say it has.
Right now, wonderful in MVP form, going up against, well, not only the world #1, but the world's best player, and he's putting him in his pocket. Think about the amount of times he's picked him off first. A pistol round, and we'll call this one done. I think the bookmakers agree. Let's get this one underway, shall we? 3-2 in the pistol department, but 3 consecutive pistols for NAVI. Can they make it 4?
What do you think, Atlanta? NAVI doing this?
Well, if Robson and Mezzi stay this quiet, you'd have to agree. 1 apiece for those two. Lost in the sauce.
Just for info here. Just for info gets his. Holds the block smoke.
Considering the game that they've been having, good restraint being shown. Oof, I take that back.
Quaking in his boots.
Zawu has a smoke to block over towards B with his dual Berettas. Mezzi to assist him with the flash.
We've seen Zawu had bad halves and then a pistol round and he ignites the fire. Alex to be spotted, gets the info. Mezzi ready with the God Flash upon Zawu's call. Block smoke available too. NAVI are not rushing things.
They've got 2 smokes of their own. They've been deployed. This is a fake. It's worked. Apex is rotating.
Makaze to full commit with the Lexi B. Running in, Zawu fully blind. Looks like the first frag's gone the way of Vitality though.
Robson Flames are still in pit.
Yeah, they're in the right place for this. Flames, he just gets owned! And now a tap to the head, Robs can't track him! They were still there, they didn't bite. The hook was not in their cheek. It doesn't matter if the bullet's in their head. Apex overlooks bit on the box. Stick a fork in this one. It's done.
Well, Mezzi might just go down with the ship here. Pepper's away, and Bit wants to finish him. Oh, the cracker of the shot there under the pit player. And Vitality, they are stunned. This little American vacation. Wow. Not the happy memories they were hoping for. Not going to be able to compete the same feat as we saw last year. 7 consecutive trophies. Well, this was in pursuit of their 6th. They might be cut short.
Yeah. Vitality just wanted to see the sights, but it's NAVI seeing their bomb site, taking it with ease. Apex has lost a chunk of health there.
Just got wall banked.
Rough.
That's from Bit, just spamming on the bridge in second mid. They force ball. This one's for all the marbles, in my opinion. This isn't even the worst scoreline they've had against NAVI in recent history. They did bring Nuke back after an 11-1, but Inferno, I think that's a different story.
I mean, look at the health, look at the weaponry. Everything indicates this should be NAVI taking an 11th. In the open, just sitting ducks, far too comfortable for Makaze. He's running at you. It's ZywOo versus the jumping Mac-10, a supportive flashbang, and a headshot from Alexi.
Well, you've got a 5-7. You got the mag and you got the Deagle. Do you want to hold on to these? I guess that's your only option. This will be to the crowd's delight. They could have had this done in 2.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Dust2 was another 13-11. They've been running rings around Vitality in that final stretch of Anubis and continuing that right now into Inferno. NAVI are the ones decided to take it here. Vitality removed Nuke. NAVI had the choice between Mirage or Inferno. They knew that Vitality hadn't played this in the run so far. They're rusty on this. And that looks like it's going to be their downfall.
Yeah, it feels like that top 4 streak is going to come to an end as well. A bit more difficult without the buy. Mag 7, Desert Eagle, 5-7.
A couple of upgrades short. Ops and Mezzi still having it. Actually, everyone's having a tough time. That's not, you know, it's the entire team. I think Flamesy was the only one putting up consistent resistance, and then Apex combining with him in that 2v4.
That was something.
Yeah, but it's not the spark they're looking for. Normally, after they win those dark rounds, they pick themselves up, they dust themselves off, they start believing, and they make it happen. Not today, Vitality.
I mean, just the fragging output from Navi's individuals has been on today. Wonderful and Bit, Imma as well, all hanging at the top of the scoreboard, exactly as it should be.
And Makaze, look, he's been here for this one. 10 kills for him, but it's like a team effort from coast to coast. Wrap smokes. Arch and Library.
Mezzi's only got a Deagle for these kind of fights. It's so uncomfortable for him up against a leaping, jumping Mag-10. ZywOo a Hail Mary. Pushes into Bit, an easy headshot for him. Flamesy just the one. They're crumbling. Mezzi's holding on by his fingertips, trying to claw a round out, but he goes down. Apex with it all to play for. He's going for it. A Mag-7 smoke push flies into the sight. That's how little hope they have. His best bet is to push the site. A 1v2 with a Mag-7. He ain't got it.
Nine straight needed just for overtime. How about they start with the first of the half? Fully bought, everything invested. Kid on Mezzi. Apex. Now this is his presence in Banana, but NAVI, they know they're in no rush. Just one round, just 5 kills. And so many chances to get there. That match and series point.
Oh, Flames is going to be in the open here. Gets the advantage on the leg shot. Trade from Wonderful.
U2 comes in, but that tells what the setup was. ZywOo goes to rotate, but Mezzi will be the man on the scene, and Apex is down. Alexi's going to run on in.
Surely this is it. Red carpet rolled out. Short, Mezzi arrives on the scene in time. Rotation from ZywOo, spam and smokes. Alexi catches flak. Should be seeing that bomb go down. Mezzi can try and disrupt. No, he can't. Wonderful's got his number. 19 frags from Wonderful. Up against Vitality. And the writing's on the wall. slaying their demon. A team they just couldn't seem to beat. On the eve of the major. NAVI now know it is possible. A first for this NAVI versus this Vitality. Sometimes the first one is the hardest.
Counter-Strike's a mental game, and NAVI, time and time again, they have tried and they have failed. But today,